Good evening, and welcome back to Death Attack, episode 17, Thundering Hooves. When we last left off, our adventurers had finally returned to Ravensgrin to uncover the truth about the darkness plaguing the town. Over the events of several hours, they managed to keep the ships at bay from docking, crowding the city. While Smavros had his own agenda to retrieve his axe. So, without further ado, we had a dark elf who was busy attempting to decipher a code on the ship during these events. So we will take this, starting up right as we ended last episode, but in Kaz's perspective. Kaz.
Yes.
You've been spending all day dealing with the letter, trying to decipher it, trying to get the code correct. You're pretty adamant on trying to make this meeting. Barry has been assisting you in what he can. More or less, Barry's just keeping an eye on you and the ship. He informed you that the rest of the gang has been working their asses off, trying to keep the town in somewhat of an order, seeing as ships were coming in, trying to deliver shipments and dock and go about their normal business. But the town is currently in a less than 100% production, with a majority of the population in some deep magical sleep, unable to wake. That's the only thing you really know about what's going on. At least that's what Barry has told you. And you haven't seen anyone in hours. Finally, as the night begins to fall, that is when Fulner, Jezebel, and Lavende, all three of them return. So you guys would come back to the ship. This would have been after you guys left the meadow.
Okay.
And left Smavros there. So this is technically the night before.
Okay. I still haven't. Is there something I can roll that I need to do for this?
If you want to, yeah. I'll give you an advantage on this because you've been taking all day trying to do this. Okay. If you want to give me let's make it I'll tell you what, you can either do insight, or you could do a straight intelligence.
See here, I will do a straight intelligence roll.
Okay.
Okay, the first roll is going to be a 16. And then the second roll would be a 24.
Alright. It does take you quite a bit. But, thankfully, you are an elf. Elves are very, very capable of photographic memory. Everything that elf sees and hears in their life is never really forgotten. It's like a photo slide they can go back. Sometimes it takes some time, the older the elf gets, but eventually you can get to those memories, even memories of you as a small child. You notice that in the coding, in this paragraph, it's jumbled words that don't make sense. You're looking for any clues or indications. You start to see a mathematical combination. Each word has a certain number of syllables. These syllables turn into a combination of numbers. And you start to realize and see a pattern. It is the same hand patterns, that silent hand pattern that your father taught you at a very young age. the silent hand pattern that all drow learn to communicate silently in the Underdark. You haven't seen another drow since your days wandering the countryside with the worshippers of Elstrani. And even they were far too free to use such a unnecessary form of speech. Communication.
So I'm just starting to sign out what the letter says and see if I could figure out where the meeting place is.
Okay. As you take this time, and you finally put things together, you hear sounds like 3 individuals walking up onto the deck of the ship. You can assume that it's probably your companions, seeing as you can tell that the sun has definitely set at this time. But in the letter, it says to meet in the shipyards under the old broken green lantern.
Okay. So I'm going to fold up the note, gather my things, bring about my cloak. Before I don my cloak and put it on, I'm just going to give it a good look over.
The cloak?
Yeah.
Sure.
Obviously, it's magical of some sort.
It does seem magical, yes.
Do I have a chance to try to attune to it?
Yeah, if you want to put it on.
Okay. I'm going to bring it around, fashion the clasp, and attune to it.
As you fashion it, the fabric it's actually interesting the way you feel it, even on your skin. If you ever remember, or have you ever felt very cheap Halloween fabric?
Yeah.
How it kind of sticks to certain fabric. You kind of have to peel it away, kind of rough almost. It feels like cobwebs. It's like they kind of just naturally sticks to your skin, to your jerkin. It's uncomfortable at first, but there's something calming about it afterwards. A slight dwemer flashes over the cloak, and you feel like it is the pure Hawafwi has now attuned to you.
Going to, is there a mirror down here on the bottom deck? Is there anything?
I would say there would be, not in the bottom deck, no. There may be a mirror in the captain's quarters where Jezebel would have her things, or where she would sleep.
Actually, I'll reach into my makeup satchel, and I'll pop out a small hand mirror.
Okay.
And just kind of check my reflection as I part the beads from my hair and just get myself ready for the night. Alright. Close it and start heading up the stairs to meet my companions.
Alright. And as you exit from the bowels of the ship, you come up onto the deck. You meet Fulner, Lavende, and Jezebel.
Well?
I see you've emerged from your room.
Yes, it took some time, but I finally figured it out. What did you lot do? Where's the big one at?
He's preoccupied right now.
Okay.
Well, we went and saw a witch, right? And she required to right.
Like,
Well, she required his for him to stay with her. Said that whenever she's done with him, she would send him back.
wait, hold on. Why did you go see a witch?
For a favor.
Okay, I don't know how this pertains to shopping, getting things, and getting the fuck out of here. Why?
Oh yeah, no, it all.
Oh, you've missed a lot. That's right.
Yeah.
Barry kind of walking over like, I told you, mate. Remember, the whole town's asleep. I'm assuming you guys were talking about that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Some of them woke up.
Okay, I don't.
All right, so here's the main meat and potatoes of the situation. We had to go see her to see if she would help wake up the town people, and she said she would at no cost to us. And it's going to take 6 days for them to wake up, and the centaurs should be here in 5. So we have a whole nother problem on our hands right now.
Okay, so I'm hearing some conflicting things from the last time we spoke. From my understanding was that we were going to just restock and get the fuck out of here, but apparently we're saving the town now. Is that the focus? Is that what we're doing? I want to make sure before we commit to this, that is exactly what we're doing.
Seems to be the other plan now.
Oh, whoa. Hold on. Is that the plan, Captain?
We're kind of roped in now. We made a deal with the witch, so yeah, that's the plan.
All right, then. That's the
really
plan.
have a choice.
That's what we're going to do.
No. Okay. Well, is there anything I can do to help with the centaurs?
And Barry here to help as well.
And Barry.
Well, basically now we just need to figure out a plan of action before they arrive.
Defense of the city.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have much experience in warfare.
Yeah, none of us do. Well,
Well, haven't you-
small Ross, but
I
God
can't
knows if
remember.
he'll come back.
I can't remember. Haven't you seen battle?
I'm not that kind of battle.
I think battle's a little bit different than war, mate.
My father was a soldier. I'm not. Okay. Well, maybe you can get your blonde friend, Jezebel, and maybe he could help us.
He's already helping us.
Okay. Well, I don't know what we can do here.
So, how late is it in the night?
I would say it's not terribly late, but most people are either asleep or turning in for the night.
How big is the town?
So the town it's a decent size to it. It's built on a hill. The hill leads out to a peninsula. There's technically 2 peninsulas, one on the north side and one on the south side. So you have this waterway that kind of comes into the town, almost towards the center. The more well-off citizens of the town, they live more up onto the hill, while most of the markets and the trades down
Alright,
towards the bottom.
so the waterway doesn't go around the town at all, it just goes through it.
It kind of goes up and then it stops. It stops right before there's actually a big fountain and statue towards the town square.
So, like during
I'm not picturing this. The waterway turns into a fountain?
Yeah, so there's a waterway, and then in the center of that waterway, there's a statue that's a fountain.
So, during the lulls of the conversation, I'm gonna be like doing scanning the area for a the green lantern,
So yeah, the shipyard under the old broken green lantern.
old broken green lantern. Okay. And there's a shipyard. We're in it, aren't we, right now?
You guys are on the docks.
Yeah.
The shipyard would be just to the south of you.
Just to the south. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
It's typically where a lot of the shipwrights work and where vessels that are not currently in the water are at.
Gotcha. So as like in the lulls of the conversation, I'm just kind of like eyeing around and seeing, like mapping out like the going that way. So.
Okay. Yeah. You would just have to get onto the docks and head south.
Okay.
From where you're at. You can't visibly see everything in the shipyard.
Okay. All right. All right. Are you all turning in for the night, or?
Got anything to do?
Okay. Well, you all have a nice night. I will see you in the morning. And I'm going to start walking off the ship.
Okay. You guys all watch as Kaz casually walks off the ship with a cloak around him.
So, I imagine so. Like your paladin friend, that he definitely knows of the coming attack, right?
He does, doesn't he? We've been talking about it.
Yeah. Basically, they know the attack is coming. The attack has been already foreshadowed. The conversation that you guys will have with him tomorrow morning that you guys already did.
Right. Okay, that's why I was confused.
Yeah.
We,
Okay,
we
just-
went
yeah,
back a little bit
That's right.
Alright, yeah, so.
just to catch up.
But that point, that's where he basically tells you that we're going to get ready to prepare the town. Which is we're going to jump forward after we end the night here.
Alright, but I'm not doing anything else.
Okay, so you guys then turn in.
I'm done. Yeah.
Okay. Cass. I'm assuming you were heading south to the shipyard.
Yes.
Okay. You walk, it's like maybe about half a mile or so before you finally get to the shipyard. Once you're there, what would you like to do?
Well, I'm going to try to find the marker that was in the letter. So.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception or investigation check. Whichever one.
All right. 3. Okay. 10
A 10.
or 11. Sorry.
As you're looking around, you're looking for any sort of lanterns that are possibly out of commission, or maybe a green lantern post that is no longer being used or out of the way. You don't really find anything that matches that description. You've done a single pass now through the shipyard and haven't seen any green lanterns.
Is there a ship with that on the side of it?
Go ahead and give me another perception or investigation.
It's even worse. 8. I got an 8.
Alright, I'll tell you what, since you were specifically looking for that, it's not hard to miss.
Okay.
You make your way through the shipyard, and you end up finding a vessel. Looks like the hull has been breached. There's a massive hole in it. The mast looks like it's in disarray. The rigging is completely dry rotted through. Most of it's not even connected. You notice that in the back of it, the ship used to be called the Green Lantern.
Okay.
Not to be confused with Hal Jordan.
Thanks.
Start
iPhones.
walking towards the broken hole and see if I can spot my companion at all.
Okay. As you walk towards the hull, you see darkness inside. You're drowned. Night is not a problem for you. You can see into this darkness with perfect ease. As your eyes scan the inside, you look for anything out of the ordinary.
Just keep going.
Nothing wrong.
Once that happens, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Perception check. We'll tell you on break.
Natural 1.
Natural 1?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you look around this hull, you don't see any signs of traffic. What is it with your bonus, even with the natural one?
I get a +3.
+3?
Mhm.
Okay. So that means you got 4 altogether.
4 together, yes.
You don't see any traffic. You don't see any old footprints. Nothing seems to be disturbed or unsettled. Definitely doesn't seem like there's been anyone here for a while. Is there anything you would like to look for specifically in here? It definitely looks like nothing's really stored in here. That maybe there's some rats that have burrowed into some of the dry, rotted wood of the hull. There's some vegetation that's growing that doesn't need quite a lot of sunlight. It's able to live in here.
So, how much of the deck is above water? Or
Oh, it's on land.
It's
so
on land.
yeah, you're on land still. It just looks like the ship has been brought up here and just decommissioned.
Was the crow's nest still?
The mast is actually, from the top of it, is completely snapped. Whatever this ship, it looks like it possibly may have hit a rock. It may have been damaged and it was brought here. Or maybe it hit some of the rocks at Needle Point.
Is there any quarters still intact, like a captain's quarters, or?
Yeah, if you'd like to get up on top of the ship, you could go and look in the captain's quarters.
Okay, I'll do that.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check again.
I believe in you.
18.
As you turn around and you go to leave, you actually feel
Thank you, Shane.
a slight breeze. It catches you from the back. You can feel the cool wind brush off your neck and moves your hair just slightly. Your ears are sharp enough that you know the wind didn't come from outside. It came from behind you.
I take out my rapier and somewhat ready myself, if just in case. Press forward and head towards the quarters.
Oh, so you don't want to...
Oh, so it feels
That
like...
happened as you were turning around to exit the hull.
Oh, okay.
Because if you want to imagine the ship is on the dock, the side of the ship, there's a hole in it. So you were walking into basically the bottom of the ship while it's
Okay.
on the ground.
Well, then I'm going to spin around and with like sword drawn.
Okay. You spin around, you see that same empty darkness, the whole of the ship. Do you want to try to find the source of the air?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to take out that note and I'm going to tear off just like a little bit of the paper and just follow it as it, see if I can get the flow.
Okay. You start to move around and you try to feel the wind moving the piece of parchment. Eventually you do feel it along your fingers in the paper. You look down towards the ground and you can actually feel it coming from a rather large piece of cobblestone on the street.
Try to move it out of the way.
As you go to move the cobblestone, you realize that it's a decoy. The bottom of the floor here looks like it's a wooden trapdoor, but people or someone has fashioned cobblestone to the top to make it blend in with the rest of the flooring. As you go to move the stone, the whole thing moves up. You can see the dust and the dirt creaks and falls away to the side, and you can feel the draft coming from below you. And then kind of dawns on you under the green lantern.
Okay. Is there a ladder or anything like that? Or
As you look down into the hole, you can see a ladder that descends into the darkness below.
okay. Well, I'll start climbing down, and as I get down into the hole, I'm trying to scan my surroundings to see what.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
I got a 11.
Okay. As you get to the bottom, you scan around. You realize that you're in, looks like a decommissioned sewer system. Possibly it was used for a runoff at some point to go out into the ocean. But you can see that the trenches that usually would carry the waste, it's dried up. Looks like it hasn't been used in years. As you walk out into this, the trench, you can hear the sound of the ocean crashing against the rocks somewhere beyond this wall. In fact, as you look at the wall, it's wet and glistens with water as it's seeping through the old brick.
So it's kind of your typical sewer system. It's like an arch.
You have a very long rectangular room. You just came down from a ladder. This looks like this was a maintenance tunnel that you just exited. To your right, you can see that's where the old trench would have led out to the ocean. That's where you can see that wall with the water dripping down from it. As you turn left, you can see what looks like wherever that trench goes, it follows down another tunnel.
Okay. As I get down there, and I can feel the magic with the cloak, right?
Yeah, you can definitely feel that the dwemer of the cloak is activated. You can definitely feel it.
Okay. So I'm going to sheath my sword, and then I'm going to start walking up the wall, and then I'm going to get onto the ceiling and start climbing like a spider upside down, and I'm going to start searching the sewers that way.
Okay, go ahead and give me an athletics check. I'll give you advantage on it.
20.
With your grace and your agility, the years that you've spent training your body as an assassin, moving along the tunnel, even on your hands and feet upside down, is almost too natural for you. You glide across it like a real insect. If you blink, you would miss Kaz's shadowy form crossing the tunnels and trenches. You make your way into a large opening. You recognize this because you passed it above you in the shipyard. There's a large metal grate. It's like a rain runoff that pours down into here. You can see multiple tunnels go in different directions at this point. But as you look around, you can see one tunnel leads down, and it is the only tunnel out of all of them that looks like it has been well traveled. Someone or something has moved through that tunnel frequently, enough to make it clear compared to the rest.
Well, I'll continue the way I have been traveling and head down that tunnel too.
Right. You move again. This time you finally come to a dead end. Now you see something quite interesting. It looks like the natural tunnel wall is dilapidated here. It's fallen in, either through natural or man-made. Someone must have torn the stone down, but if they did, they tore it from the underside up. You see the bricks and the stone is actually turned over from below, almost like something tunneled its way through. You can see a dark shaft. It's maybe big enough for a very slender person, like yourself.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start heading into the shaft.
As you move into the shaft, you almost feel your body, you feel the cloak sort of wrap around you, and you feel your dimension stretching, almost like your body is contorting to fit the narrowness of the tunnel. You move through like a worm, with much haste and speed. You feel yourself going deeper and deeper. The sound of the wind from the grate behind you, and any light source that you were getting from the moonlight above that was piercing into that forgotten sewer system, is slowly disappearing. Finally, you breach. You come out into a clear cavern. You can see, smell the must and the familiar scent. Very, very close to how it smelled when you were in the cave, the cavern. You went to the Needle Cove. As you look around and you observe your surroundings, you can see clear footprints. Probably a average size. Definitely an adult. You can't tell if it's male or female though.
Alright.
Looks like they were wearing boots.
Let's start following the footprints and see where they lead.
As you follow them, you get the impression that these were left here on purpose. They were clear and easy to see. You finally get to a point where the footprints disappear. The hard rock is now pretty much the only thing that's around for your footing. You don't see the soft mud or the loose dirt that was there beforehand. Everything's becoming much more cavernous. Take a gaze and look around. You don't see an obvious clear path, but you do have 3 choices.
Okay. Are they all just tunnels?
Yeah, so one of them is a very, very narrow. It's probably about, it doesn't even look like you could fit. Looks like maybe you could squeeze your way through, but it'd be very tight, chest to back. The other 2 look like they are larger, but one of them is very low. You probably have to get on your hands and knees, and the other one is a little bit more, you could probably crouch through it, but these also seem like they're not natural. They look like they were definitely, except for the center one. The center one looks like it may be a natural break in the Earth's plates.
Okay. And the footprints just stop.
They just stop. And it's almost like they stopped mockingly. They went to the center of the room, and they don't point in any given direction. It's almost like it was, you feel like whoever left these here wanted you to follow them, and then they almost said, good luck.
Can I climb up to the ceiling and get a different point of view?
Yeah, you could.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Go ahead and climb up to the ceiling. You look down. You can go ahead and give me a perception check if you're trying to look for anything.
I got a 15.
15. From this point of view, you don't notice anything that you didn't notice on the ground. You don't see any footprints or anything like that on the ceiling. You don't see any other options. You still just have those 3. You do notice that all 3 of them do seem to have a air current that's moving through them, but it's pulling. It's not blowing. It's almost like it's pulling the air through.
I'm gonna go ahead and go through the middle one.
You want to go to the middle one?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so go ahead and give me an acrobatics check. Or actually, I'll give you, you can either do acrobatics or dexterity.
Okay.
Whichever one is higher for you.
They are both decent. Got a 10.
10.
Mm-hmm.
You go, put your back in. You start to squeeze through. You feel your piafwe begin to contort again. Your chest flattens. Your form gets taller, more thin. You start to slide through like a ribbon threading this crevasse. Eventually, you pull yourself out. And as you do, you find yourself on a ledge. There's a massive drop off. You got enough footing to where you're stable where you're at. But if you were to fly out, if you would have just flew through it, you would have went right into this pit. You can't even see the bottom of it. Your dark vision actually goes until you see just black. But this small ledge seems to wrap around, and you can see another crevice on the other side.
Okay. Using the cloak's magic, I'm gonna almost Spider-Man backward crawl against the wall to
Okay.
keep make it more stable for myself and make it to the crevice.
Okay, so you're going to the next one.
Yeah.
Very well. So now what I'm going to need you to do is I'm going to need you to give me 3 different rolls.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to need to get either a dex or acrobatics.
Okay. So in acrobatics, that is going to be a 27.
Okay. I'm going to need to get a perception.
Okay, that's probably not going to be as good, but let's find out. Wow. 5.
Okay. And the last one, I'm going to need Constitution save.
Okay. Constitution is going to be +3. That's going to be 14.
Okay. As you move through this last crevasse, you come through again. very similar to before, you notice another pit. As your foot hits that ledge, though, you feel it give way. The whole ledge crumbles beneath your feet and starts to slide into the pit. As you hit the ground, you attempt to move out of the way of this, but you didn't see the one portion of dry stone. As your hands hit onto the ground using your Piafwe to try to slow your descent, it's like your fingers run into an oil slick. Whatever was put on this is the magic of your cloak isn't working, and like a water slide, you start whipping down into this tunnel at a very high rate of speed. During the fall, you are going to take... just take 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And now you are moving, like a bobsled down into this winding tunnel. Eventually, you feel this inertia of G-force as it launches you airborne. As you look, you can see what appears to be a deep green source of water. As you fly your body and you crash into the water. You swim up?
Yes.
Okay. As you swim up, head breaks the surface of the water. You look around, you see these large fungal patches of luminescent fungus. Small little pockets of them. Not a ridiculous amount, but your eyes are immediately drawn to the glow of them. Do you swim to the side, or do you just wade?
I'm gonna go. Does this feel like deep in the water?
Yeah, it does have a sense of depth to it. You know that when you hit the water, you did dip quite a bit. You were moving pretty fast.
Okay. I'm going to, swim ashore. And is there a ledge or anything for me to climb onto?
It's ground, so you could swim to it and then just walk up.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Okay. As you swim over, you walk up, completely drenched. Give me a perception check.
Okay. Got a 17.
17?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you look around, you don't see anything, but you hear the crackling of fire.
Okay.
Very similar to a fireplace or a campsite. You can hear that sound of wood crackling and burning. Appears to be coming from just up ahead.
So heading that direction.
Okay. As you follow the sound of the fire, you break your line of sight around this fungus patch and you see into this pocket. There's a nice little clearing that's been opening. And there you see Echo sitting at a campfire. You notice that he has chopped down stalks of these fungus plants and is throwing them into the fire. And as these chunks of fungus hit the flames, you watch them almost ignite in this purple flame. There you are. I didn't think you were going to make it.
You can stay in an inn or somewhere that's not a mile underneath the earth. So.
Well, you're much farther than a mile. I don't think you realize what those crevices do.
What?
Well, I'm glad that you put on the Piafwe. They're enchanted to take you through those cracks. It seems like you took a step through, but in reality, you just traveled more than, well, we're about 7 miles deep in the crust.
Are you saying I've walked 7 miles?
No. I'm saying that you walked about half a mile. Cloak did the rest.
This thing, right here. So I kind of flap it out and try to dry it off from the water.
I wouldn't lose that. Otherwise it's going to take you a while to get back up.
Okay. Alright. I deciphered your little code. I've traveled 7 miles underneath the earth. What do you want?
I thought it was kind of obvious when we met in the cave. I want you to join us.
With what? There's some sort of war coming? Because I know about that.
Yeah, there's going to be a war. And it's not going to be like the last 2 times. It looks like the matrons have finally decided that they want to actually get help for their invasion. Stop relying on pure drow superiority. I assume it has a lot to do with this alliance with Old Bela.
Ah, that's right. They are teaming up with the racist tieflings.
Yeah. Hit the nail on the head there. You know what I hate more than racist drow?
Oh, what's that?
Racist tieflings. So it's just a whole bunch of racist assholes that I really don't want to have to, listen to.
Okay. So, do you have an army? Do you have a squadron waiting by to fight back? Or is it just going to be me and you and my ragtag group of pirates?
No, it's not going to be me, you, and a ragtag group of pirates. Although that does sound fun. Suicide mission, we'd definitely all die. Blaze of glory, but it would be fun. No, what I'm suggesting is we bring back the Umbral Court.
The Umbral what?
The Umbral Court, Cass.
Sorry, you're speaking a different language to me. I don't quite know
The
what that
Umbral
is.
Court was what the Drow... It is what the Drow followed before Lolth. Back before we were banished to the Underdog. There's a reason why we have an affinity with the Shadow Dragons.
You keep saying that word, and I don't quite understand what that means. The shadow dragons. So we worship dragons?
No. We joined the dragons. Mutually. You see, there are certain drow that can transform into umbral dragons. They formed the Umbral Court. They were a hierarchy, and as much as it pains me and I do not believe in my father's beliefs, they were strictly patriarchal. And I fear it may have been their influence that caused the reason why the matriarch is the way it is. But instead of us acting like foolish humans, even though I am half human, which makes me feel very stupid, and it's very ironic that I'm half human, half elf.
Well, the beard looks nice on you.
My beard does look dashing, thank you. And do stop trying to use your beautiful wiles on me.
I do have that.
I know that we can learn from our mistakes of the past, and we can learn from our mistakes right now. The reason why the matriarch has spent centuries tracking down certain bloodlines of male drows is because that's what holds the Umbral Court. It's an ancestry within us, and Kaz, I'm fairly certain that you are in it.
Right. Mother and father must have left that part out. Oh, you know what, little Corfin, you're a dragon. Yes, I'm sorry.
I'm not saying that you're a dragon. I'm saying that you have that bloodline. The power is there. Potentially, maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying that if you have any arcane capabilities, maybe you should pursue them. You may unlock something about yourself. Something that could help us.
Okay.
We have places like this all over Abendor. Little secret hideouts where we can get to the Underdark and back up in a relatively quick pace.
Okay. Well. Alright, fine. Say I buy in, and I'm part dragon. And I go and study more magic than I already have. And I find out that I can spread my wings and fly. Then what?
Then we go to the Shadowfell and we recruit the Umbral Dragons to help us. Because there is a contract between us and them. If we can prove that there's still an Umbral court remaining, if there's still a seat, they are bound by contract to help us. They think that we're all gone. My father is one as well. We need more of us.
Okay. So we're gonna go to the homeland of these shadow dragons and call on them for their contract. And they're just gonna help us.
They are bound to it.
Okay. Well, right now, I kind of have a full plate. Supposedly, we're gonna have centaurs here in a few days, and they're gonna rampage through the town. My work associates feel like the need to stay behind and protect them. So I might die. Unless you have an idea that we can dispatch several hundred centaurs.
Alright. I will help. I'm aware of this warband that's been moving along the coast. I've been notified by some other agents. I'll pull some strings. We'll get some agents in there and we will thin the numbers.
So what is your organization, like, what's the organization called?
We are the Umbral Court.
Okay, so we're the Umbral Court. Do you know of any, if you know, we ran into some elves that were in the woods, and there was like 3 of them, and there's probably no association at all whatsoever. They call themselves some sort of like Thorn, the Order of Thorn, something along those lines. Do you know anything about those people?
Yes, I do. And I would advise... Are they, have you contacted them at all?
Well, they came to our camp and they wanted to talk. But unfortunately, we have some bloodthirsty idiots on our side. And they killed one of the, I think it was a brother.
Wait, who killed an Order of the Thorn?
Well, the small one.
That is not a small matter to the Order.
So you know of them?
Yes, they are an order of vengeance and oaths. If they swear an oath of vengeance, they will never rest until they kill their target.
I see.
And on top of that, they're also in charge of making sure that elven artifacts are kept in order. Specifically ones involving
Keystones.
Yes.
So,
And I'm assuming this would be the keystone that was transported in Gutterport?
yes. So, okay. So they could have helped me in my endeavor. So
Most likely, if you could have proved that you were on their side, yes, they most certainly would have helped you.
well, I'll keep note of that. Thank you, though. It's good to know about that. Let's see how that unravels. I won't tell Falna. Falna will just get really excited and worried and...
Lord.
Whatever you do, you go to yourself. Most of the major cities here in Abendor, we have places like this. All you have to do is align your map, the constellation of of Elstrani.
Oh. This map. The one I have right here.
Map of Abendol.
Oh. Okay. I probably should get one of those.
In any major city, we align the hideout beneath that constellation.
Very clever. Alright, well, Echo, I will think this over, but I think this aligns with what the Madame has asked me to do, and I am a dark elf of my word. Do you have anything else for me?
The only other thing that I can tell you is that all your years that you've spent on the surface my senses aren't as sharp as yours. I will never be a full drow. I will never know what it's like to have the advantages that you do in the Underdark, but I will tell you this. At some point we will have to take the war to them. And you're going to need those advantages. Let me help you with something.
Okay.
I assure you, I mean you no harm. As he pulls out a piece of fabric. You can see me now, correct?
Yes.
As he takes his sword out, he walks over towards the stalks of glowing luminescence. And he strikes them down. You watch as the mushrooms fall over. Their glow slowly over time begins to fade, diminish. Soon you find yourself in complete darkness, still able to see Echo ahead of you. He walks over, puts the piece of fabric around your eyes, tightens it. I want you to open your eyes now. Can you see me? And you look, and you can't. It's just the black.
Well, no, I can't see you.
If you were raised in the Underdark, you would. Just wait.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Sit there, and he extinguishes the fire. Slowly you sit there, your eyes are open. You feel like you've been sitting there for maybe 30 minutes. Then maybe an hour goes by, and then you start to feel like you're losing track of time. Still, you don't see anything, just the fabric. Your eyes begin to start to strain, and you blink, and you're starting to have a hard time staying awake now. You're not quite sure what he means, what he's trying to accomplish here.
Okay,
Just give it time. I know this is agonizing and it's boring. Just give it time.
I don't understand what
As you're talking to him, you start to see what looks like a orange outline. It's almost like when you close your eyes too hard and you start to see those flashes of light. You start to see a faint orange outline around the fabric. And it looks like the outline of where Echo is sitting.
Okay, I think I had your blindfold on too long and staring into the darkness because my eyes are straining and I see the orange spots.
Wait. What do you see?
It's like orange spots, an orange outline.
Keep looking at that.
Okay.
So you sit there and you look at it, you start to see that the orange outline begins to fill in. You start to see yellows and greens. And then you see a deep red and soft oranges around the face. You start to see a clear indication of this thermal pattern of Echo sitting across the log.
I think I can see you now.
Wait, okay, what am I doing? He takes his hands up and puts them on top of his head.
You're putting your hands on top of your head.
And what did I just do now?
You dropped one hand.
Wow, that was fast. And he moves over and he takes the cloth off your eyes. And as you do, it's almost like taking sunglasses off. It gets brighter.
Okay.
You see the walls around you, and it looks like you can see the outline of every crack and nook and cranny as the heat of the earth gives you the outline of everything around you.
Okay, this is new.
Now you're seeing like a drow. See, in the Underdark, well, there's really no light source, and you can see him. You can see heat. He shows you his hand and goes, "Now, you decoded my message, so that means I know you know the hand signs."
Yes, my father taught me.
Now watch what it looks like now. And he starts doing the hand signs in front of you, completely silent, and you realize the heat of his hands almost leaves traces in the air. And you realize that the number patterns are actually letters, and he's spelling the words to you.
Huh. I see. It's a neat trick they have.
You're going to need to know how to do that if we're ever going to infiltrate.
Okay, well, slow down there. I'm still thinking this over.
Right, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm just sorry.
I just didn't think we're going to, I'm still processing all, dragons and matriarchies and patriarchies and all this. So let me focus on centaurs right now, and I might move on to dragons.
I am. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to take my fancy cloak and get back to my companions. And if you can help out Echo, it'd be much appreciated.
I will have some operatives poison some water supplies that they're going to be using on the way here. Should thin the numbers out.
Thank you. I'm not gonna lie. It is, it's kind of nice to know a little bit more about my parents' culture. So, thank you.
It's, you know that your matron is still... The matron of your family is still alive.
What do you mean?
Your grandmother.
Let's add grandmothers to the list here.
Matron Vicious.
I don't like that name.
The name is fitting, I assure you. She is no one to cross, and currently is the second strongest house of Senzo Karazhan.
Okay. Another scary word there.
That is the name of the great city that your family is from.
Well, if I ever do lay siege to the Underdark, maybe I can go sightseeing, see some stuff, see Grandmommy, and...
I would very much recommend against that.
Okay, well, I was joking. But, well, thank you. Now that I know I have a grandma alive, and, yes, this is going to be a really hard night to get to sleep. Well, Echo, thank you for enlightening me, and I will most likely be seeing you in a random encounter sometime in the near future, I'm sure.
If you ever need to contact the court, you know where to find us.
Alright. Well, you have a nice night, Echo. And I say adieu. I turn around and I start leaving.
You notice that he gets up, you notice he throws his piafui on, and he moves toward the crevice, and he, like a rivet into a crack.
Okay. I'm gonna make my way back.
You eventually make your way all the way back to where you started.
Before I do, though,
Okay.
I do want to take a look at the main central hub of the drain. I want to kind of scan it and look at the area, and I want to see and kind of, what could I fit a lot of people down here?
Yeah, you actually could. It's large enough to put a lot of people down here.
Does it? It's kind of out of view of
Oh yeah, I mean the shipyard is out of the way in general in the city. It's not part of the main traffic, and you can tell that no one's really comes down here.
On my way back, I want to make sure, see if there's a way that I could maybe get people down to this spot.
Okay, best way to do it would be to somehow remove that grate, that large grate, and then just bring them in through the ceiling.
Okay.
Otherwise, they'd have to go in through the ship like you did, which would reveal the location of that entrance.
Okay. All right. Well, I will head back to the ship.
Okay. So, as you head back to the ship, we are going to roll forward to the next day. With Jezebel, Lavende, and Fulner. You all just had your conversation with Daramir. He just informed you that we were going to be making preparations to prepare the city. Kaz, you slept in a little bit because you had a late night, and as you said, it was a little hard to get to sleep.
Yeah.
Smallbros.
Yeah.
You return into the city as well, just as they got done finishing their conversation with Daramir, and as they spread out and began their movement through the city to create barricades and to fortify homes and to ready for fires.
Right.
You come across your group.
I would run up to them on horse meat. I'm assuming it's morning time.
Yeah, this is early morning.
Good
Well-
morning.
Hey there, big guy.
So I see you guys made it back safe.
Yeah, we did
You
last
too?
night. What happened? What was that all about?
I made a deal with a witch.
Right? Yeah.
We all did.
Do you want to share with us what it was, or we're just gonna ignore it?
The important thing is I got what I needed.
Which was the weapon?
I'm gonna pull out the tools. These tools. For the person who will fix my axe. And maybe make me an even stronger axe.
And hopefully it can get done before this whole fight goes down.
Hopefully the cost was worth it.
We shall see.
Alright. Did you sleep well?
Yes. Very well.
I slept like a baby. How did you all sleep last night?
Don't really sleep well at all. Thank you, though.
Oh.
Well, I believe I must be getting to the blacksmith. What is it that you all are
We're
on
kind of
right now?
we're kind of preparing for the centaurs.
You know, we say preparing, but I don't feel like we really have come up with a solid strategy yet.
No, not
So,
yet.
I'm
Oh.
thinking, I haven't got. We can go into my quarters when we get back to the ship. I've never gotten to actually plan things out like a captain before. It's always been like a big dream of mine. So
Does
I would
your-
like to. Let's go get like a bottle of champagne, have a few drinks. We can go back, clear off the table, lay out a big map, do all the planning.
A war room.
Sure, yeah, like that.
Oh my God.
Get really sloppy.
Fucking into that.
Alright. Well then, you all
Well,
shall meet on the ship.
is Daramir still here?
Daramir.
No, he walked off
Oh.
with the villagers.
Is there anywhere in the city that I could get a map of the city?
Yeah, you could get one. I mean, there's one in your home, in your mother's
Okay.
house. So.
Alright, we need to go back to my parents' house. I need to grab a few things.
Alright. Do you need help with that?
If you want, what else are you gonna do?
Sure. I mean, I got arms. I can carry things.
You do have arms.
Big
observation.
strapping arms.
So glad I have you on my team. Alright.
Right.
Lavender?
I can just go with.
Alright. Do you want to do the thing where you turn into a horse? We can just ride you up there.
It's where you're at right now. It's really not that long of a walk.
What does everybody want to ride me?
Can you do the thing? Can you turn into like a big horse? Like a war horse?
I'm going to try to. No, I don't think I can do that.
I
Does-
don't like that noise.
I tried really hard.
Does he still smell like cinnamon?
Give me a perception check.
11.
You kind of get a little bit closer to him. As you take a smell towards him, he smells like just dirty human.
Why are you smelling me?
Oh, the other day you smelled like cinnamon and all sorts of whimsical things.
Well, you can't
But-
smell good all the time, Foreman.
Yeah, you
Are you
definitely
writing a
don't.
song about him or something? Do you know about the way he smells?
I did notice his scent was...
You had a very.
Alright, why is this a big deal?
I was just.
Not
It's not a big
Maybe
deal. I was
maybe
just
he was
making
a
an
baker and he
observation.
rolled around some cinnamon rolls or
Oh,
something.
is that what you did?
No, I didn't do that. I was with
We're
everybody.
walking.
Yeah, we're walking and talking.
Eventually, you guys get to the manor. I'm assuming you take the map.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I'm moving to the...
You would head to the blacksmith.
Yes.
All right. As you approach the blacksmith, you find Agnar and Melvin had a deep discussion about the supplies that they're running short on for this situation. I don't know where we're going to be able to find the rest of the things that we need for this. We're running low on it anyways. Maga Camera, I will tell you, in all my years I have not seen a more desperate time for Gravensgrim. Ah! Small Bros, you've returned.
That is right. And it was victorious. I was able to get your tools that you needed to craft an amazing axe.
May I see them?
I pull them out and hand them to him.
By the stones. These will do, Smolvros. And that means my debt with the witch is now complete. Thank you. I will fashion you this axe, but know this. I did not mean to deceive you, but I can make you the axe. But I lied to you. The witch. I never owned these tools. The witch had always had them, and when I went to ask them to give something, the only thing she asked me was to make sure that when I met an orc named Smolvros, to send him to fetch these tools. I do not know what she had in store for you.
Either way, the price for your service has been paid. There's no point in getting angry, because the outcome would have been the same even if it was straight from...
I will forge you a mighty axe.
Tempest be praised.
It will take me several days. It should be ready by the third dawn.
Alright.
I just picture Smallbros doing math in his head really quick.
Agnar,
Yeah, that sounds right.
I get the forge a burning. And you notice that Agnar and Melvin move off.
I will be back in 3 dawns. I'm gonna jump back on a horse meat and head to the ship.
Okay. As you approach the ship, you actually find Kaz exiting from his sleep last night.
Small Brass.
Kaz, how are you this morning?
Fine. Where are the others?
They are fetching things from Jezebel's parents' house. We are all meeting here to make a plan for battle.
I see.
I fear that our group is not versed in war.
Oh, you're very versed in war, aren't you?
I am,
And you're part of the group.
yes,
You could teach us.
but a table with one leg is not sturdy.
I see. Well, I'm going to go to that tower. Do you want to come with?
We must plan for the attack. What is at the tower?
Well, if he's still alive, the little gnome that I need to take care of. If not, then there's a whole entire tower full of magic just ready for the taking.
What do you mean take care of? Fight? Gnomes do not put up much of a fight.
Oh, preferably killing him, but
Why are you killing?
because he killed Jezebel's uncle and my friend.
Does Jezebel know?
I don't think Jezebel has a lot on her plate right now, so this can be either a Kaz and Smallbrass thing, or this can just be a Kaz thing. That's perfectly fine. I was just inviting along because I know how much you like to destroy living things.
I enjoy battle.
Yes.
A gnome does not sound like much of a fight for me.
Okay, so that's a no.
That is... maybe another time, Kaz. When there is a challenge more fitting of my strength and Tempest's power.
I didn't know you ran away from fights.
I'm not running away. I'm standing.
Right here and avoiding the fight.
It's not a fight.
Okay, so I'm gonna go off to battle and you're just gonna leave the companion behind.
As you guys are sitting here arguing about this,
Don't how dare you reverse psychology him.
Everyone does it too.
Harry comes out, is just swinging on a flask of rum, watching all this, and he kind of speaks up. You are too not water. Look alive! Captain's come. And you all turn and look towards, and you can see Jezebel returning with Lavende, and Falner. Looks like Falner screaming about something about strong arms, and Jezebel seems to be trying to ignore everything he's saying.
Well, there you go. What if you take, Falmer with you? A gnome halfling.
Yeah, no.
Seems more of a fitting fight.
No.
I would actually watch that.
No, he would probably burn the tower down along with the rest of the books and
the
scrolls.
What are we talking about?
Oh,
Would a halfling beat a gnome in a fight?
Ooh, I don't know. Who has the weapons? They both have weapons.
I
Or
assume.
is it like
they-
are we gonna put them in a pit and we're gonna throw one weapon in there?
Is there a pit, Kaz?
Where are you going to find a halfling?
Also, I have a map.
okay.
Barry,
Oh,
take me to the planning room. The war room. Take me there.
Kaz, I believe you may have to do this by
I want a
yourself.
grand entrance,
I must-
Barry.
Alright, I have one wall room coming right up!
Thank
You know, as he turns around and heads down to the bottom of the ship.
Okay, so as they are heading to the war room, I'm just gonna go and head towards the tower.
Okay.
Do I see him leaving?
Yeah.
Kaz,
Yes.
what are you doing? This is our first time using the war room. Oh no, shit. Where are you going?
Well,
This is a momentous occasion.
I gotta take care of something for us.
He's going to kill a gnome. The gnome that killed your uncle.
Oh. You do. Alright, well, I feel weird now.
You have a lot on your plate, so don't worry.
I'll take care of this one.
Well, you do remember that Daramir did mention that he found a dead gnome in the tower that had been dead for several weeks. There was the discussion that it was potentially that you guys spoke to an imposter.
Yes, I want to find the imposter.
Alright. Well, you can head to the tower if you like.
Alright, well, I'll tell them I said hi.
Yes, I'll
Give
mention
them an
that.
extra stab for me.
Are you sure you do not wish to participate in this war planning?
Oh, you know all about war, this small bra, so you can teach them, and I'm going to go take care of what I know best.
We can film him when he comes back. He'll come back. Hopefully.
All right.
Alright. To the war room.
To the war room.
The war room?
To the war room.
Wait, Lavender, can you turn to a horse now? I want to ride a horse into the war room.
Oh, I'm gonna turn
The
into a
horse
red.
will definitely not fit into the war room.
You may
Pony.
use
I'm gonna
horse
turn into
meat.
a pony. I'm turning into a pony, and you can't stop me.
Okay.
You can't stop me.
So you can turn into a pony if you'd like.
Good.
There, you still cannot get into the war room. You have to go below the ship.
Right. He's gonna just take me as far as he can, and just gonna do it that way.
So you turn into a pony. Jezebel
awkwardly get
gets
on him.
onto you. You move about 4 feet, and then she gets off.
Thank you, Lavender.
As I'm turning back
That was
into,
beautiful.
I'm glad I could help.
As you descend down the stairs, you can see that right next to where you guys have your makeshift brig, which is just some steel. Gutter port. So, because when you guys came from Lockmore to Ravensgreen, that's when you guys found out, or from Gutterport to Lockmore, you guys found out the path that they were taking.
That's hard to do without seeing an actual map. All right.
So they're going to be coming from the south.
Yeah, I got that part. I can't envision the structure of like the map or the city.
Okay. Well, picture a raven's head. That is the shape of the city. So you've got. All right. So if you'd like to look at think of the Baltimore Ravens, their logo.
All right.
That is essentially the shape of the city. You have a half circle, and then you have a pointed beak that's like a peninsula, and then there's a waterway that goes in, and then there's another peninsula just below it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys aren't picturing that, are you?
No.
No.
Might need a drawing
Okay.
at some point.
Give me a pencil.
How about a pen? You have it?
You guys continue to talk. I'll go draw it for you.
Alright. So,
So allegedly they're coming from the south.
Right.
do we know how many we have that are still awake and battle ready?
Not very many, I don't think.
No, I think the majority of them are still asleep.
And the ones that are awake do not look.
We basically have to
Battle
hide
ready.
everybody, I think.
Yeah, that was one of the things we're talking about doing is hiding the ones that are asleep somewhere.
I think we should just do it with the people who can't fight either. Because
That is the
just
shape of the city.
No.
Okay, so it's all
Where's
land
the rest
around it.
of the? Yeah. Where's the rest of the world?
Is it all? Okay, is it land around the city? So there's no bridges they have to cross or anything
No,
like
they
that.
can get there from land.
There's a wall. Around
I know what
the
you were
city?
saying.
It's not a very
But-
fortified.
Sorry, small
it's not
brass.
like it's not like castle walls, but there's wooden walls.
It's the rest of the world.
Right.
Well, I don't know what land is or what's. Is there water?
No, I was just asking. No.
Is there a coast?
Yes, there's water on the coast.
Where's the coast?
Like,
I don't
are
understand.
we like at a V? Kind of? That's why I'm in
So
We're in a bird head, guys. Get with the picture.
Oh my god.
I mean, as far as land goes, like, are we like in a corner where like they have to come at a certain way?
no, they can come from the south.
Can we like? All right.
Someone please cue yakety sax for this.
City,
All right.
land,
Right.
ocean.
Right. Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
Where's
I
the
don't,
south?
because I can't see what
Here,
you're doing.
that's it.
It's down.
South.
Okay. I didn't know. Okay.
Where's the ocean?
It's leading into the where
Okay.
the bird mouth is.
Okay, so the ocean is around the dick area.
And where's Smallfrost?
Okay.
Here.
Smallross is okay.
You are here.
Mark him down, please.
Put a triangle right where he is.
All right, so the bird beak goes into the ocean.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's where the dock and stuff is.
Yes.
You know what we could do? We could have ships firing on them from the ocean.
All right, my first plan: cannons, lots of cannons. I'm
Right.
very experienced with those.
Dwarven
Very
powder.
effective. Yeah.
What if we, those eggs,
What?
the eggs,
The
How,
really
how many
the one
did
that
we
he
come back with?
a little bit.
we can go get more.
Oh,
What if
true.
we got eggs buried
All
on
right.
the ground?
As much as I would like to set the entire land on fire, as much as the next person, I don't think we should do that because we could get caught up in that fire. So,
You stay away from the fire. Fire's never hurt me.
I mean, I would probably be okay. I don't know about you guys though.
I'm fine. Tempest protects me.
Great. So we can set you on fire and send you in charging on fire.
I can't want to see that. Can
All
do it
right.
like a
Plan
test.
A. We'll start with that for Plan A. Thank you, Small Ross. So there's a wall going around, but it's just a wood wall. It's not anything special.
We need to find a way to even the odds. If there are hundreds on hundreds of centaurs and 8 capable fighters, unless each of us take 100 centaurs.
That seems plausible to me. It seems fair. Does that seem fair to you?
What if we had like traps? You know?
That's what I was saying
Like
with
bear
the
traps?
Yeah.
The odds of them stepping on one's high because they have 4 legs.
But then,
Yes.
you just because they step on it doesn't mean it's going to explode though. You need fire.
Oh no, I'm talking about bear traps.
I mean, bear
Oh.
traps would also help.
How many bear traps? Why would we not make centaur traps?
Well, I mean, the traps are for centaurs. Technically, there are centaur
All right.
traps.
We can.
How
can meet in
long
the
does
middle
it
here.
take to make
Small
several-
Ross, we can meet in the middle. We'll just get a bunch of bear traps and we'll put salt blocks in the bear traps, and then it turns into a centaur trap. Does that work for you?
And we bury it.
Our centaurs
Or, like,
partial
cover
to
it.
salt?
You can like cover it, and then they want to.
They
another-
have a horse.
Not the part that licks things.
So,
Wait, what?
What?
Small Bros, could you go ahead and give me an insight check, please?
Yeah, no problem.
What?
What is happening?
That will be... Oh, it's 17.
17.
Yes.
Right. So, in Zakum, you know that there are centaur bands that roam, and they're very nomadic.
Right.
Centaurs typically live off the land. They always live on the move. War bands are not something that they typically do. However, it is common for centaurs to attack compounds or conclaves or cities or towns if one was to be erected. Sometimes it takes several hundreds of years for them to make a complete full circle on their migration pattern.
Okay.
And if a town is to be built during this time, when they come across it, they will attack it, burn it to the ground as a essentially an insult against their migration. So you have dealt with the centaurs before. You've dealt with centaurs moving to destroy or raze down your Orcish home camps.
Right. How did we tend to fend that off?
You know that centaurs are immaculate archers. The ability to fire on the move makes them extremely deadly. They are almost impossible to beat on the open battlefield. The only way to beat them effectively is to get them to fight on your turf. And that means getting them inside the city and fighting them in confined spaces where their movement can't be at an advantage. But you know that centaurs will bring fire, and they will try to burn the city down.
I'm going to share all that information with you.
Alright, so, is the land surrounding the city woodland?
It's open hill, because the city is on a hill, so the shoreline is fairly unwooded. If you went further up towards the north, or if you were on the northern portion of the city, where you guys went towards the mountain range, that part is more wooded.
I think I have a plan. I say we bring them in. We bring them into the city. All of the villagers who are not of fighting caliber, their duties shall be to put out the fires the centaurs will most likely bring. With their limited movement, we might have a chance,
What will make the movement limited?
because they are very good in open field, but in the cramped terrains of the city, that's the ideal fighting for us. They're very...
I feel like as soon as I get in, though, with our small numbers, it's going to be harder to take them out.
We can
As
like
opposed to
surprise-
ranged.
Just like surprise.
Oh,
attack.
no. They will most certainly kill us at range.
Well, they'll definitely kill us in the city too.
No, we
Setting
have a
everything
much
on
better
fire.
chance.
I don't.
Just don't catch on fire. I don't understand why that's so
Is this a
difficult.
common thing? Was you like avoiding
What?
fire? You're really good at dodging fire or something.
I have been known to, yes, be able to avoid fire. I've lived, 28 cycles, and I've never, well,
Been on fire.
most of the time, I've never been on fire.
Very impressive.
Yes.
They should give you a medal or something for that.
What kind of metal?
I don't know. What would you like?
Definium.
All right, we'll make you one out of that. I think
Make me what out of wood?
Wasn't that a rock?
That's what my axe will be made of.
All right. Well, regardless,
I mean, we could kind of like try to surprise attack them, where they think they win, but they.
How important is the structure of the city?
I mean, to us, not very.
To
To the
To
witch,
them,
though.
probably pretty important.
We do have to deal with the witch.
Like I said, we have the villagers who are awake but cannot fight work on putting out the fires.
But they'll be.
And we kill the centaurs.
Maybe there's a way
Look
we
up
can make sure they don't go around the city, and we keep them right in the south part.
What if we dig holes?
And
I was going to say it could be beneficial to make the terrain more difficult for them to
Sure.
traverse, but it's all open field, so it's not going to be an easy task. It's not like we can just lomp over some trees.
Not here. I'm saying I'm sorry.
How?
In the city, we dig holes and then cover them up.
Oh, you'll make like booby traps.
Yes, all throughout the city.
We could put like sticks.
Sure.
on them.
I don't know if do we have time for that?
We got days.
You guys got a few days.
We can put like sticks in them.
But like, if we can,
Right now, you have essentially 3 days. So,
I thought
or,
we
I'm
had
sorry,
6.
No,
They shall come
you
by.
guys had 6 days before it was the cure would be done. 5 until the centaurs attacked. This is the next day, so now it's going to be 4 days till the attack, 5 until the cure.
All right.
So you will be getting your axe the day before the actual attack.
Excellent.
how many ships do we have that might be able to fire from the coast?
I don't know. I have no idea.
You know that your ship has cannons. You got 2 cannons on it, 1 on each side. And then Jethro's ship has cannons. But other than that, none of the other ships on the dock have cannons.
Well, that's something we can, lessen the hood as they're approaching the city. I'm just spitballing ideas here.
Yeah, I'm not used to doing the whole fighting thing on land, so this is really weird for me.
I like the idea of like digging holes. Maybe as they're coming up in the south side.
That's right. We have villagers who are awake.
We
No,
could
we
have the
should move the unconscious ones.
And we could have the villagers dig
Or
the holes,
not.
right?
Alright,
Have the villagers dig some holes.
so
with
the
us?
holes, the booby traps,
Yes.
I assume the best course of action for that, with the time that we have, would be to put them in the areas where... Would they basically be bottlenecking in? Is that
So if
the
they come in
structure?
through gates, yeah, they're going to
Okay.
have to bottleneck. And centaurs are big creatures. They can't... And it's not like humans where you can march shoulder to shoulder.
Alright, so where are the access points here? How many do we have?
For the south side,
All of them.
all the access points. Okay. So on the south side, there is a dock entrance. You have the main entrance. And then you've got another entrance towards the... would be the southwest, or sorry, southeast. Southeast one, they'd have to go up the hill though.
Wait, you said there's a dock entrance. That's southeast. Wait,
No.
where's the dock?
Southwest is the ocean.
Oh, so the ocean's on the other side?
Yep.
It would be like
Oh. Oh, okay. I have it flipped. Okay. So we have 2 on the south? Wait, fuck, I'm all fucked up.
There's
now.
3. There's 3 on the south.
So down here.
Yeah. There's one at the main entrance. There's a southeast and a southwest.
Alright, what about the rest of them?
And then you've got 2 more entrances on the north. One of them towards the dock entrance. So it'd be the northwest. And then one directly north, which is the one that you guys took when you guys went towards the mountain range.
So we have 5 altogether.
Correct.
Alright. So, I would start with, go ahead and put those traps at the south gates, and then if we have time, I would suggest putting them at the north gates as well.
Why the north gates? If they reach the north gates, we failed.
What if they go around those?
Well,
walls?
Why would they? Centaurs do not go around; they go through.
Are you positive about that?
I am sure.
You know that they tend to take a straightforward method.
I'm sure.
Alright, well, I'm gonna say we still do it if we have time, just in case. To be safe.
I'm in agreement.
We shall do whatever you think is fit.
Every villager needs to be putting the hand in helping with this. This
I
is
think
their
the
town.
villagers should definitely worry of their own first. We need to find a place that they can store all the unconscious villagers.
Alright, so I think what we need to do here is have people in charge of certain things. So
I
who wants
call
to be...
digging holes.
Perfect.
But-
Who wants to be in charge
Why
of...
don't you delegate, Captain?
I'm trying. Who wants to be in charge of getting the sleeping villagers to safety?
I can do that. I think.
Alright.
I just need to know where to put them.
I'm going to go ahead and see Dr. Jethro and see if I can borrow his cannons. So I'm thinking between me and him we should have 4 or more maybe. And
His ship is significantly larger than yours.
4 or more maybe. And then we can line the south wall with those. Granted, if it will bear the weight, I don't know about that much, but so I'll spearhead that.
Shall I be the only one fighting in the city? I have
we
a
haven't got to
strange suspicion.
We haven't even got to the fighting part yet. We're still planning the offense.
I know, but I have a feeling you all will be on ships, and it will be
No
alone,
one-
me and Tempest,
No one's gonna be on a ship. What are
on
you
this
talking about?
battlefield.
Why would they be
No
on
one's
the
on a ship.
Where shall you fire the cannons from?
The wall. It's a matter of moving them up to the wall.
To the wall? The wood walls?
That's why I said
Those will be the first to go.
with the arrows.
With everything, with the fire, with the centaur's movement. We plan
You're
on
losing me, Smallbros.
plan on losing most of the front part of the city. We shall get them in the middle, and there, in the pits, we shall fight and kill all of the centaurs, Tempest willing.
One by one.
If that's what it takes, more power to you if you take more than one at a time.
I'm just.
You know, I'll keep in mind what you said.
Yes.
I'm going to take this plan. I'm going to speak with Darmir about it because he's going to have more knowledge about these things.
I was the chief strategist of my tribe.
Yeah?
Yes.
Was that like a job you had to apply for? Were the people
No.
in line for that, or they just kind of gave it to you?
I was appointed by Tempest, and I proved myself many times.
Oh wow! I'll just shut up then. You take the wheel.
So,
All right.
if we go with your plan, if we're getting them all in the middle,
Yes.
how about we have some type of, I don't know, just giant trap that kills them all at once?
That's what the holes are.
That's a.
They won't all fit in the city. There's too many.
Meanwhile, while this planning is going on, we move to Kaz. And this is beautiful. I've never seen this type of planning happen where players are like, I don't fucking agree with what you say.
Holes everywhere.
Yeah. Kaz,
This took her
you've
back.
made your way to the tower. As you do, you notice that looks like it's roped off. Looks like town's guard have roped off the entrance. So the door is closed. Looks like there's a rope around the entryway.
Okay. I'm going to head around the back of the tower.
Okay.
Are there windows, anything?
Yeah, there's windows pretty high up.
Okay, I'm going to start climbing up.
Alright, you climb up to a window.
This.
You gonna open it?
I'm going to. Is there anything I can roll to see if there's some sort of magic about it?
You can give me a arcane roll.
14.
14. You know that most windows on Wizard's Towers aren't even real. Typically, their spells or illusions to look or appear a certain way.
Okay.
It's a good possibility that this isn't even a window.
Put my hand on it.
As you put your hand goes right through it, and you can feel the inside of the tower.
Okay.
It's just an illusion.
I climb through.
You move right through the illusion, and as you pass through this fake image, you find yourself high up. Actually, it looks like you've came through a light source for this portion of the room.
I'm gonna start looking around. What do I see?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. That is 21.
Okay, so what you see with your eyes, you look around, you can see that you appear to be in some sort of alchemist lab. You can see there's many tonics, bottles, and potions that are lining the walls. However, most of them appear to be empty, or a lot of them also have what looks like mixing reagents.
Is there any books nearby? Like he kept a notebook?
There are books scattered out throughout the room. It's very, very obvious that whoever worked in this was a messy organizer, but most likely they probably knew their own mess.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start going through the tower. Is there stairs going up or down?
Yeah, there's a spiral staircase in the very center of it that goes through every floor.
Is there more to the tower?
Yeah, you're probably halfway through it. You could go further up.
I'm gonna start going up.
As you go up, you eventually pass what looks like a small personal library. The next floor up looks like it's a bedroom. As you get to the very top, it looks like this is where astrology was done. You see a very large golden contraption. There's a lot of spinning dials and intricate mechanisms that move around this spinning, oscillating focal point.
Is there a map in this room?
Yeah, there's actually the entire ceiling is a map. Looks like you can see a map of Avendal and Tarthus and Dre Morden on there as well.
Okay. I'm gonna start heading back down the spiral staircase. I'm gonna stop at the bedroom though.
Okay.
Can I do an investigation roll there?
Sure.
That is 21.
As you go through the bedroom, you find that it does look like someone had been sleeping in the bed, but it's unkept. No one has made it quite some time. You find his wardrobe. You find some personal belongings, things that are used for your common like toiletries and cosmetic products. Eventually, you do find what looks like a small, like a dream journal. Looks like as you flip through it, nothing of particular daily notes, but it seems to be cataloging. I woke up last night. I had this dream.
So, flip through it. I don't find anything interesting.
Just seems like he was having a lot of dreams. A weird, reoccurring dream about him getting chased by a bear, but that's about it.
Okay. So, I'm going to start descending down the spire and see if I could try to find any sort of study.
The study looks like it would have been in the library. As you go through there, you find very reminiscent of your old mentor. The books that align it are you're very familiar with. You know that a lot of these are books that you could commonly find in any wizard study of Neve. Any wizard of Neve would have these readily on hand. There doesn't appear to be any books pulled out at the moment, but the shelves are filled.
So, I do want to take some things from here.
Okay.
I want to take a sizable amount of books that you would get for someone who is just starting out studying magic.
Okay.
So someone who is brand new to magic, I want to grab those volumes.
So basically what you did is you buy the 101s you get the 101s for every school of magic.
Okay.
You do also find that, interesting enough, one that you haven't seen, it's considered to be a school that is a little hard or sought after. You actually find a book about the beginnings of Dunamancy.
Dude, huh.
remember your old mentor was actually in the process of learning it and going through Dunamancy as well.
What pertains in that school?
You know that it affects the physics of the reality. It can affect the density or the effects of certain, sometimes even gravity. It can also affect time as well.
I'm gonna take that book too.
Okay.
So what should I write down for that?
For read.
Just go ahead and just write down.
Yeah, sorry.
You just go ahead and write down a 101 book for each of them, each of the schools.
Is there an advanced book for that school?
Actually, you only find what looks like the
one volume?
the one volume of it.
Okay. So after that, I'm going to go ahead and can I do an overall just investigation roll of the tower?
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and just give me a flat investigation. How long do you want to take doing this?
A sufficient amount of time. I would say
Give me a rough estimate. 20 minutes, an hour? How long?
I'd do an hour.
An hour? I'll go ahead and give you advantage on the roll then.
Okay.
How do you turn the pages? Do you bend any of them?
Let's see here. Investigation 10 17.
17.
Bring those down.
The thing that you find the most peculiar in here is when you get to the bottom floor, where this looks like the main. This looks like where he spent most of his time at. This is where a lot of the research paper, a lot of the notes are kept. This is where there's a lot of it looks like where he would have probably entertained guests. You notice that the magical artifacts, typically artifacts that most wizards keep within their tower, they're gone. There's nothing in here. It looks like it was either ransacked or it was taken during the investigation. It's very clear to you as you go through this tower that somebody has already went through the tower. Someone has already looked through it, or you found shelves open. You've found certain pages and papers missing. You do, however, find that the portal to Neve, you can actually see the arcane runes within the archway on the wall, are still very much intact. You remember this particular incantation from when your mentor used it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you could very easily take this to Neve if you wanted to. You know that this still is actually active.
I'm going to do the gestures.
And as you do, each of the arcane runes lights up around it, and you see the brick become transparent. And on the other side, you can see the floating sky towers and the rolling grassy hills of Neve.
Do I know if I step through this, there should be a returning portal, right?
Should be right behind you. It's usually a two-way door.
I'm going to step through.
Okay. And as Kaz steps through, that's where we're going to go to break. So...
Does he explode? We come back and he's just some mist.
We will be right back. Thank you all for joining us tonight.
Thank you for the raid, also, if you're still here.
Yeah.
We got a raid?
We
Yeah.
got a raid from, I think, D4 Dustin.
Thank you for the raid there.
I'm sorry, yes, D4 Dustin.
Yeah, we're going to have our short 10-minute break. I think it's like 9 minutes now. Because
Yeah,
we
it's
got
time.
the new commercials.
And sometimes we end it halfway through, so.
Yeah.
But we will be right back, so stay tuned, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the story so far.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Button.
I'm gonna find it. Hold on one second. Here.
All right. So there's a. Oh my God. Why?
What?
Why? John's back there somewhere. Kayla's on my left.
Holy
Bobby's on my right. Alright, what's happening? Carl, are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, no, it's cool. You're okay, Carl.
What happened? Why'd you just
Everything's
freak out? You have to stand by Chad.
I don't like the dark.
Okay, alright, here we go. Hold his hand. Alright.
Wow, okay.
Is everyone done moving? Is everyone
Is it
comfortable?
foggy?
What?
Feels cooler. You guys don't see a fog?
No.
Turn off the light and look straight up.
No, I don't really see
I
anything.
don't know about you guys, but it's getting cooler.
It is. It is. All right. So everyone.
Ugh.
All right.
Shit, hold on.
What? What's happening?
Yeah, it's getting cooler.
Okay, Carl, do you need to go? Carl, you're going by yourself. He's really. I didn't know he was that afraid of the dark.
Are you gonna puke? Carl, don't be by yourself.
Who gets dark sick?
No, you're good. Just stay. Just keep it on so we can see you. What is that?
Did you hear that?
What was it?
What'd you hear?
What was it?
Someone's moving over there. Oh. Did you guys hear something?
No.
No, you're freaking out.
Yeah.
All right. This might. Ooh. Ooh. I feel a little something over here.
Feels good over here.
Maybe that's just your voice.
So mark
Sounded
that.
like people like doing a cadence. The distance.
All right. Where we at on the?
I didn't realize how jumpy you were, Carl. I'm not jumpy. I can tell when things are moving.
A little bit. Did we test around that area to make sure it wasn't like something on the? You did?
God damn it!
What was that?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, you're Johnny, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm Todd. How you doing?
Good. Hey, everybody, it's Memphis. Oh, shit, cut. Hey, everybody, it's Johnny Bronco here, coming at you live, episode 1 of the vlog. Tonight, what I'm going to be doing is taking one of my close friends out to an arcade he's never been before. A professor type, works a lot, doesn't get out. Well, tonight we're going to get him out, so let's go. Hey, Doc, how's it going?
Pretty
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm good. You ready for tonight?
Yeah, what are we doing?
That's the surprise. Hey, yo, Uber driver. You got an aux cord or something?
Yep, sure do.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. About to play some Memphis hits. You a big Memphis fan?
Oh, Memphis Piper? Oh, God, rest
Yeah.
in peace.
Oh,
Too
yeah.
soon.
It was rough.
In fact, actually, wow, you look a lot like him.
Yeah.
God, you even sound like him, too.
No, man, you got me messed up. I think we're pulling up.
Yep.
Yeah, Doc, I think this is the place.
We're here?
Somewhere around here. You know where you're going, right, guy?
Yep, this is right around the corner.
All right.
Looks like we're here.
Oh,
Good
all right.
out.
Thank you, man. 5 stars, guaranteed. Let's go, Doc. All right, we're about ready to roll into this place called Cheat Codes. It's in Chicago. Check it out if you've never been there. Real good place. Drop my name, Johnny Bronco. They might give you a discount. I don't know. Probably after tonight. Know what I mean, Doc?
Yeah.
All right, Erwin, what do you think?
There's a lot of lights.
Yeah! Let's go have some fun. So, Doc, you having fun?
Yeah. I'm getting a little hungry, though.
Hungry?
Yeah.
No worries. We got plenty to eat out here. You got this, you got this. My little boy's about to be a man. All right, so we're posting up outside. Looks like the Doc has got really hungry, so he's gonna eat cheesesteak and just meet us outside. So let's wait out here till he gets done. Man, it's taking him a while. I don't know what's keeping him, but I guess we'll wait. Seriously, where is he? Oh my God. Oh, I think that might be him.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
We gotta go. Shit. Okay, let's go. All right, guys. So, we gotta get out of here. So I will catch you guys up in part 2. Here we go.
All right. So there's a. Oh my God.
What?
Why?
What?
Why? John's back there somewhere. Kayla's on my left.
Holy
Bobby's on my right. Alright, what's happening? Carl, are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, no, it's cool.
You're okay, Carl.
What happened?
Everything's
Why'd you just
good.
freak out? You have to stay by Chad.
I don't like the dark.
Okay, alright, here we go. Hold his hand. Alright. Is everyone done moving? Is everyone comfortable?
Foggy?
What?
Feels cooler.
You guys don't see a fog?
No!
Turn off the light and look straight up.
No, I don't really see
I
anything.
don't know about you guys, but it's getting cooler.
It is. Alright, so everyone.
Ugh.
Alright.
Shit, hold on.
What? What's happening?
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
in
it's
there
getting
with the light. I'm gonna go in
cooler.
Okay, Carl, do you need to go? Carl, you're going by yourself. He's really. I didn't know he was that afraid of the dark.
Are you gonna puke? Carl, don't be by yourself. Who gets dark sick?
No, you're good. Just stay. Just keep it on so we can see you. What is that?
And welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
Thank you all for sticking with us through the break. Now, let's go ahead and get right back to where we left off. Kaz, you spent most of your time, over the last hour, searching through this portal. And you decide to finally step through after casting the incantation. Walking through. What would you like to do now that you're on the other side? As you come through, you look around and you can see that you're outside of what looks like a teleportation hub. This is a place where many wizards will assign their doors to particular arches, allowing them a one-way transportation back and forth, but only there. So they can only go from their tower to this port. They wouldn't allow them to go wherever they wanted. You look around, you can see that you're in this open area. You can see the white and silver robes of the Neve wizards that occupy this city are roaming about on this beautiful, windy but cool autumn day. As you can see the blue skies up ahead, and as you gaze up, you can see the magically suspended towers and buildings that rise off this island of Neve. Neve itself is in a tiny little island.
Well, so this is on the outside.
You're in the city.
Okay.
Technically, you're not supposed to be in here unless you're unoccupied with a wizard of Neve.
Right. It doesn't seem like anyone's noticed me yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
You know they will, though. You definitely stick out.
Yes. And everyone around me has robes.
Yeah, in here, typically most of the wizards, they will align themselves within whatever school that they are an artisan in. And then there's the typical white robes of the masters of Neve.
Okay. Is there anywhere in Neve that I know, with being with Avis, that I could go be around without having any issue?
Well, typically, as long as you were a student or a graduate of Neve, then yeah, you could walk around without a problem. If you're not, then you need to be occupied, otherwise you can be imprisoned or, there's a lot worse things that wizards can do to people, and they've been known to polymorph someone for centuries just for breaking traditions.
I know what I need to do. I'm going to step back through the portal.
Okay.
I'm going to go to his study. I'm going to try to find some of his stationery, and I'm going to make a list of reagents that I need to pick up. And then I'm going to give it a nice signature from the wizard that stayed in this tower.
Okay.
Shuffling papers around. Uh-oh.
Okay.
That's a Carl panic. That means you made a Carl move. He was expecting it.
What reagents would you like to put on there? Just anything?
Some hard to find reagents, and actually I'll throw some of my own on there for my spells, and yeah. And if there's any sort of going through his notes, if there's any spells or any ones that he was requiring, I'll also throw those on there also.
Okay. Yeah, you make up the list and you head back up.
Yep, and I'll put a seal on it if there's a seal nearby, and
very well. Alright. You make your way back to the archway. This time as you go through, you notice that there's someone else who's coming out the portal opposite of you. Mm-hmm. As they come out, they see you and immediately... Who are you?
Hello, I'm... and I got his name, I'm sure, right?
What is his name?
Can't remember.
Small for us.
Hector, the headmaster.
Okay.
Alright. I'm sorry. I'm studying underneath Hector. He resides in Ravenscrin. I'm on a reagent hunt.
Do you have any proof of this?
Here, stationery from Hector.
That is Hector's seal. As he goes to hand it, he grabs your hand.
Oh, Jesus.
You watch him cast a spell, and as he does, you notice that your palm lights up.
No worries. I'm a good dark elf.
On your way.
All right. And I slide off.
And as you slip out of there, convincing the wizard that you were there on Hector's business, you make your way. Where are you going?
I head straight to the trade district.
All right. Trade district here is rather famous. The trade district of Neve is one of the largest and most illustrious trade halls in all of Avendal. It rivals even some of the trade halls in Dremorden. Mainly because of the interdimensional travels and auction houses that exist within here. People from different planes are able to travel here and provide goods for certain services or goods themselves. Many Eladrin from the Feywild will come here and travel and bargain. Many of the Shadar Kai of the Shadowfell come here to bargain. It is known that even creatures of the abyssal plane and devils are known to come here. For Neve is completely neutral in all wars, in all conflicts. Within the country of Neve, no war, no banners, no clout can be said or used here.
Alright.
If one would to, they would find themselves turned into a grain of sand and added to a very large hourglass.
Okay. Well, I'm going to spend some time looking around, and there's something I want to try to get out of my inventory and trade here, which I think would go at a higher price than if I were trading in town. Those cave fisher eggs, I'm going to see if there's going to be a buyer that would pay a little more than what I was going to be getting in town.
Okay.
It is traveling quite some ways from where it came from.
Go ahead and give me an investigation roll.
Oh, okay. 20.
20. You find a nice reagent shop. This place looks like it's pretty busy, and looks like they get a lot of traffic. It draws your attention. You move your way in. You find, sitting behind this shop desk, appears to be a rather large, burly individual. He's kind of crumped over. You notice that he has orange hair pulled back into a ponytail. You can see from the size and the shape of the brow, it looks like it's a furball. However, it's not the Fey-touched furball. This is a furball that has not escaped to the Feywild. So they look like more or less oversized, almost Neanderthal-like humans.
Okay.
You said they're not cute.
So I'm going to approach. Hello.
Greetings. How can I help you?
Well, I'm here on business on my master. I have a list of reagents that I'm here to pick up. But first I need to unload a shipment of cave fisher eggs, which we would think that you'd be interested in. They're rather hard to acquire.
Cave fisher eggs. Where'd you acquire these?
It is a cave nearby our tower. I went there to fetch an apprentice of ours, unfortunately, and we lost a dear friend to the cave fishers. But fortunately, I'm rather skilled, and I was able to acquire quite a few.
Sorry for your friend's loss.
Oh, thank you.
Give me a deception check.
All right.
Oh, shit.
18.
Well, we definitely could use some cave fisher eggs. Those are not common around here. How much do you want for them?
Well,
And how many do you have?
I do have a supple supply. I would say in town they tend to go for 200 gold piece. I would be fair, and if you would take them all for 250 a piece.
And how many?
I have 20.
20 eggs. Well, I'll give you 125
125
per egg.
per egg. It's rather low.
Is it?
It is. We did it. We were supposed to get like 200 per.
They're about 100 an egg.
100 egg.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. How about this? I accept your offer if you fulfill my master's reagents list. We'll call it even. Yes.
List?
Alright, hand the list over.
Takes his fingers and you notice he drops these spectacles that are on his head down to his eyes.
Very well.
Turns and he goes and starts grabbing the reagents and comes back.
You can set the eggs right here.
As he puts a crate down for you.
Okay. I put my bag of holding on the ground and I start unloading them all.
You're able to get a good look at this furbog now. As he stands up, you notice that he's wearing it's like a linen white collared shirt. It's a little comical. His body is quite large. Shirt, even for his size, is huge, but still tight on him. He appears to be wearing looks like some fashioned leathered pants out of multiple patches and hides. You can see, though, his long pointed elf-like ears is the dead giveaway of a furbog of the northern mountains. Most likely traveled a good distance to be here. Nonetheless, quickly gathers what all was on the reagent list.
It was just a really basic list of just reagents I use for my
For your spells. Okay.
And just put whatever I could think of that was scattered about to make it legitimate.
Okay. I'll go ahead and I'll just make a list of reagents and give to you.
Okay.
Nothing like dragon bone or anything.
Yeah.
Okay. He comes back with the gold, sets the gold down on the table, and then also puts the reagents as well.
Is that all, or will there be any other assistance?
No, that's all I needed. Thank you, Hector. Be rather pleased. Thank you. I will make my way out.
All right, so you take your sack of 2,500 gold and the reagents and turn around and walk out.
All right. Okay. Well, that was rather fruitful, and I may just meander a bit through the marketplace, just
Alright.
kind of reminiscing.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
5.
Yeah. You go through and reminisce, and it's a little hard to. So many things have changed here. You don't really find anything in common that it was when you were there with Avis. Anything else you'd like to do here?
Do I see... Is there a weapon shop nearby?
Well, there are nothing that's a particular weapon shop, but there are places that are selling weapons all around you.
Okay. As I make my way back towards the portal, I'm just gonna kind of window shop, and if there's anything that catches my eye that I can use, I'll stop and take a look at it.
Okay. Meanwhile, back in Raven's Grid. 4 of you are sitting around the planning table. What have you guys come up with?
For the last time, I think the holes are the best course of action.
Right, that's why I said that's the first thing, and that's why you're in charge of it. Did you already forget what we were talking about?
Yes, I think I did.
Okay, right, alright, let's recap real quick. You were going to be in charge of the hole digging.
Right.
You were very adamant about being in charge of that.
Yeah.
So if you could also maybe throw some spikes down there, that'd be great.
Of course. What is a hole without spikes?
Good man. And then Lavender, you're going to be in charge of...
I'm the only one that doesn't have a job.
I thought you were helping me move. Holes are like underground boulders.
You can be in charge of getting the spikes prepared. Get some people together to get the...
Oh, I can do that.
Just don't throw any rocks in there, and that'd be great. Leave the rocks out of it. Alright?
I could throw rocks up the centaurs
Easy.
after they fall down into the hole.
That actually is a pretty good
It
idea.
really anchors them onto it.
Alright, so I guess when you're done with the spike thing, you can move some boulders up to the wall.
That will push the centaurs farther onto the spikes.
And I'm gonna take care of the cannons. And then, I'm gonna get with Darmia and go over this plan with him. Make sure everything's solid.
I shall get started on the holes.
I'll get started on the sticks.
I'm gonna go with you to Daramir.
Alright.
Because I don't really know where to put the people.
Alright.
I hope he has an idea.
Sounds good. Alright. Holes, sticks.
Oh,
You guys are all over it.
I'll come with you to speak to Daramir.
What's happening? Alright. How about we all go and speak to Darmia in
Well,
case there's something wrong with the plan? And then, I don't have to
We only
remind-
have 3 days.
Alright, bye
That's
tomorrow.
not much. The whole digging.
I'm just saying he
Go with
probably
him.
has some.
Well, when we go meet with him, we can ask who would be best to try to get to help with the hole digging.
You send someone to help me dig a hole. I shall be here digging holes.
Alright, well, you seem very dedicated to your job. I appreciate that.
I'm dedicated to the battle.
I figured Daramir would have some villages he knows that could help with certain tasks. Like I could use some help
That's what I was
finding
saying.
sticks to sharpen to
That-
put in the holes.
That's what I was saying.
We've already said that.
Faulkner, do you have tinnitus?
I'm with you.
all
Let's
right.
go.
Alright, just follow me, I guess.
We'll dig holes.
Good, thank you.
Hole guy, spike guy.
Stick guy.
Sorry, stick guy. Gotta dumb it down a little bit.
So Lavende and Jez are going to go talk to Darmir.
Faulkner's following too.
For some reason.
Okay. Faulkner is following as well. Doesn't take you guys very long before you get to Daramir. He is currently with a bunch of villagers. They're going house to house trying to round up everyone who is currently asleep. They're trying to move them to a more fortified location in the city. You notice that as he sees you guys approach, he stops and halts his progress and makes his way over to speak with you. Jezebel. Faulkner, Lavende.
Darmia. We came up with a little bit of some sort of semblance of a plan, and I thought maybe we'd just run it by you and see if, it looks good.
Alright.
And also maybe if you can send some people our way to help. I'm gonna unroll the map. Alright, so here's our plan. Here's what we're thinking. We're gonna dig pit traps at every main entrance
Okay.
So when they get in, and then I guess Small Ross says something about covering up the pits too. So that's a thing. And then he's gonna make spikes. We're putting spikes in them.
Alright, so pit traps in the entrances. Solid plan. Maybe we should get some trenches out in the fields as well. Make it harder for them to get up close.
That would be great.
Another suggestion is we probably don't need any in the northern entrance. They're coming from the south. So we'd probably be wasting time and resources that we don't have.
You guys aren't worried at all about anyone coming through the north gate at all?
From the reports we got, we don't have any source or
Are they really that dumb?
It's not that they're dumb, it's that they're
It sounds like the dumb.
They're stubborn. And it seems like they're being led by... I don't even know what. But it's not natural, whatever they're being led by. This isn't typical... This isn't typically how they act.
Alright, I'm gonna violently scratch out the plans for the north gate.
What?
Guess we're not doing that.
Question. About the nature of centaurs. They all just follow a leader. If you kill the leader, do they just, like, dissipate?
I know is that we got a warband of what's looking like 300? Maybe 4? Normally, I'd say if the city was at full health, we'd have a good chance here.
What?
But with as many people as we have, we got maybe 40 villagers awake. Most of them are not fighters. And I've got 2 guards that are still awake. Both of them are running on fumes. They're looking after your mother. Which is also something I need to talk to you about.
Well, I'm here. What?
There's going to be a vote tomorrow on the sentencing for your mother. It's too risky to leave her unattended during the battle. And, I don't think the villagers are going to, I don't think they're going to release her.
Well, I would certainly hope not.
I'm just letting you know to get ready for the worst.
I appreciate the heads up, but honestly, doesn't affect me.
Okay. Good plan, though. What we got?
Thank you. It was mostly Jezebel.
Well,
Is he alright? He's just been staring at me this whole time. And
he's been real quiet.
Yeah, that's kind of...
He's usually kind of quiet, so...
So remember when they talked about hiding the people? Have you figured out the place to do that? Because that's kind of what I'm doing.
right now, we were going to take him up to the manor, because that was the most fortified building, and it's the farthest away from the gates. But if they manage to get in here, they're going to try to burn every fucking building to the ground.
Do you think is there enough room for, like, in that basement and up there in the manor where we fought the thing?
Try it.
Because I mean, if they burn down the top, I mean, if the building goes and they're and they're beneath, they'd be safe, right?
Probably not. Typically, if you're in a burning building, even the basement is dangerous. Smoke, heat.
Well, the goal here is not to let them get that far, right? And if they do, I think we're all fucked regardless. Is that the general consensus
General
here?
consensus, we're trying to
Alright.
avoid buildings being caught on fire, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So, that's still the plan, yeah? You get to put them all in the manor?
Yeah.
Alright, so there's that. Higher ground, if we have to defend it, it would be easy to defend, I suppose.
Correct.
So, whoever you're gonna have help with the trench and pit digging, that's on Small Ross. He is taking charge of that. He was so excited that he didn't even want to come talk to you about it. He's already somewhere digging a hole. I don't even know if he knows where he's going, but he's there
Okay.
digging holes.
Well, I got a few guys that can send his way, help out. We should probably get something to create some barricades. Probably get to the tree line here in the north. Chop something down and pull them around. We got enough horses, we can probably pull the logs that way.
Alright, and before we break off here, what is the cannon policy here? What is your cannon policy?
Yeah, cannons are good. Jethro already said that when the Centaurs approach from the south, he's going to take his ship just off shoreline and fire on them as they're making their charge towards the city. That should slow them down even more.
Such a good idea. I wish I came up with that.
How does that work? Okay. Alright, so I guess I can help with that. Small Frost didn't want anybody being on a ship though. He might not be happy about that one.
Whoop.
And then of course we got the cannons that are in the shipyard, the old ones. We could probably line those up, put them on the ramparts or the walls, since we don't really have a legitimate fortress.
Right, so that's what I was thinking. Since we're kind of low on manpower, we could at least get some people behind the cannons.
They're gonna have to be ground level, so we're gonna have to. It's gonna be a single shot. Once we fire them once, it's gonna take out the first row, and then they're gonna be on us. We don't have the advantage of elevated wall positions like we do at castles and fortresses.
Alright.
Alright, let's get to it.
I'll wait for him to leave.
Darmir turns around and he moves back and he starts shouting at men, You three! On me!
Alright, Fauna, I know I shot this plan down, but I'm starting to think maybe we should just do it anyway. The egg thing.
The eggs.
I'm
Oh,
starting to realize the position that we're in, and I feel like maybe we should lose some land to some fire. You know what I mean?
okay. I didn't come out with a single one.
You know, why'd you bring it up? You didn't have any.
I didn't bring it up.
Who brought it up?
Smallross did.
The small girls had any. We don't have any
I
at all.
fucking doubt he had any.
Alright, well, there's gotta be
I
some
think
sort.
I think the only person that came out with any was Kaz.
Oh, fuck.
Right. I was wanting to go back in for some, but we were in a tight schedule.
Alright, well, I'm gonna see what I can do about finding some sort of an edge to give the cannon fire. And then everyone else, I guess, break.
Right. I'm on stick duty.
You're on stick duty. It's a very important job.
Right.
Please don't fuck it up.
Never.
And Lavender, what's the plan?
I guess I just take him to the manor. To your.
Did he
house.
delegate any men to you to help?
No, he didn't. He just walked off.
Alright.
Can you,
He didn't really delegate anything to anyone.
what all can you turn into to help you with that?
To help with what? Moving
Moving people?
Alright, I'll help you round up some people. We'll get you some wagons. Help get some people to help you start loading the wagons up. Horse them up there.
We'll do that.
So, as I said, when you guys approached, that's what they were currently doing. So these people that, when you guys went to approach Daramir, they are currently grabbing people right now and putting them into carts. So, you notice that you guys have 3 individuals that approach you, and as you guys do, 3 villagers, we're supposed to be helping dig holes. Where do we go to dig the holes?
Yeah, you want to find Smallross. He's gonna be down at the south gates.
Who's Smallross?
Yeah, you'll know him when you see him. He's half orc. Probably the only one here.
Alright. They turn, they start walking off, and then Daramir approaches. You notice that he's got a wagon that's basically filled with sleeping people.
Lavender, I think this is you.
Okay. Do you need a horse, or? I mean, you just pulled
They're,
up with
they're,
a.
they're pulling them by themselves.
By
It's just
themselves?
a wagon they pick up
Okay.
and walk with. Yep.
How do I need
You
to
gonna help?
Yeah, how do I need to help?
Just start picking people up out of their homes and bring them in. Check everything. Make sure there's no children sleeping in any cribs. And also, we've found a few pets as well that are also asleep.
No.
If this
Fucking dare
if
you!
this city goes down, all these dogs are gonna.
Okay, then I'll just. Okay, then
You're a
do you?
monster.
What ones have you already checked? Where do I need to start?
Yeah, we've already cleared this end of the city. If you want to help us start moving house by house.
Okay, I'll do what I can.
There's a wagon full of little dogs?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Better protect the city.
Fuck you! Maybe Jezebel hates dogs.
Does she?
No. She's indifferent.
Okay. So, that being said, you guys, Kaz, as you go to leave, you do find many weapons that are, your eyes literally glow when you see them. You have to stop yourself from a little bit of drool dripping down from your chin. Mainly because these weapons look as though they are, not only are they masterfully crafted, but they're also enchanted. And not just enchanted, the greatest enchanters in all of Faramir, specifically this portion of the world, Avendal, Tarthus, Dremorden, enchanters will engrave their signature into their weapons, almost like an artist would on a painting. You notice a lot of these weapons, they carry the engraved enchantment markings of some of the most legendary and famous enchanters that exist today. However, most of these weapons cost, some of them in excess of 35,000 gold or more. The highest one you saw was 150,000 gold.
Steal it. Bring it back.
Well, definitely everything's out of my price range here.
Yeah, this particular market is not definitely a market where you come with a small coin purse or something that isn't worth bargaining for.
I see. Okay.
You have a problem, Common.
I do know.
You're
Thought
stealing
you were
tin off the
rogue.
ceiling.
It was not 10, it was
Okay.
gold.
So, I'm gonna start heading back
10
towards
pieces of
the portal
Okay.
and walk out.
And as you walk out through the portal, you enter back into the tower. Did you really think he was going to try to steal those?
I don't know. I thought we had a rogue in our group, but apparently not.
What could possibly go wrong?
Well, I would say that just to clear that, you know at your time in Neve that theft is not even a thing that happens there. Some of the greatest thieves of all time have attempted to do burglaries and robberies within Neve. The place is so magically fortified and has so many trap sigils that it would be a godly feat to do.
Sounds like right in Tempest's range.
So is he covered? He's in the war and the theft category. He's just jack of all trades god.
If the thievery is in the name of war, then Tempest would allow that.
Okay.
I feel like that really hurts
Okay.
Smallcross's brain.
Okay. So, as soon as I get back, I'm gonna head right towards the ship.
Okay. So the day, is anyone going to have anything else to do? Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and we're gonna move
I'm
things
making sharp sticks, putting the holes.
forward. Right. Sharp sticks.
Good job. We're proud of you.
They're more like logs.
I was going to go talk to Jethro
They're so
about
huge.
his plan of attack with his ship and
Okay.
see if I could coordinate maybe my superior ship into that.
Right. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, you find Jethro. He was currently helping Daramir going through the city and rounding up villagers. What would you like to do when you find him?
Just coordinate
Okay.
the strategy.
He notices that you approach him. Oh, hey.
Hey, I heard something from Daramir that you are planning on using your ship on the coastline to help with the attack. And you know, great minds think alike, because I was thinking about doing the same thing. So I was wondering if maybe we could do a little team up thing, get our ships all coordinated.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Maybe we can, your ship seems to be maybe 2-3 persons. Could probably get on your ship and do that.
Yeah, maybe like 5 or 6.
Your
It
ship's
sounds
a
like you're underestimating it a little bit.
ship's a little small.
I wouldn't say small, it's just, compact. Makes it fast.
It is probably a fast vessel. But yeah, I like that. We could do a little circle strafe. Classic, shock the shore.
Good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I much prefer doing battle on water. I was really out of my element back there trying to plan a land battle. It was fucking weird.
All I know is, if this town is still alive afterwards, I think I might have a new trade route open up. So, you get your helmsman in contact with mine, and they can work out who's going to be firing and operating the vessels.
Perfect.
He gets back to doing his work. Okay.
I want to find Barry as soon as I get to the ship.
All right. You find Barry. Currently in the midst of a deep day drink.
Lucky bitch.
Barry.
Hello.
So, I
Sorry, got a little bit of the hot squirts.
I see that.
Drinking too much.
Well, I got you something.
You may have actually shit your pants.
I remember what we talked about back in the cave?
Wait, what?
You remember, you approached me and we were talking about you have magic capabilities.
Oh, right. Well, I can, sometimes I can, read magic, yeah.
Okay, well, I got you, and I'm gonna pull out the stack of books. I got you some reading.
Wow.
They are beginner books.
But I can't read.
Well, you can read magic.
Yeah, well, arcane sigils, I can just understand them. But, letters? No, mate. I can't read.
But you can understand arcane sigils.
Yeah, is there arcane sigils in them?
Yes, there's pages with arcane sigils.
Alright, I just won't be able to understand all the in-between.
Okay. So, I tell you what. I'll teach you how to read on our
You can
downtime.
do that?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright. I don't know how good of a learner I am, but
Okay. You probably shouldn't do that while we're learning how to read.
this is how I learn.
Okay. Alright.
Attaboy.
So why don't you take these to your room, and then if we have time, we'll go over them.
Alright. Which letter are we starting with? The one that looks like boobs?
No.
Sideways boobs?
No. It's, we are gonna start with the letter that, it's the female part that you don't see a lot of, so.
I'm not familiar with it.
Other way. There you go.
It's an A. I know that's an A. Alright.
Okay, well, you take these and... Okay, that is the last time I do anything nice for anybody. Yeah, do I see the rest of the...
They're not on the ship.
Okay.
I'm making sticks.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna start walking into town, just kind of like wandering around.
Okay. As you do that, you find that, yeah, the city is in the process of gathering right now up all the sleeping individuals. You pass by, looks like 3 or 4 people, or carts that are like filled with, at first you thought they were dead. As you approach them, you realize that many of them are snoring or are completely passed out.
Are there people moving the carts?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Ah!
Where are you going with these?
Taking them up to the manor.
Yeah, taking
Taking them up to the manor.
Okay, and you're gonna store them in the manor.
That's where they're going to be safe. Oh, centaurs coming. Bad ones.
Okay. And
You know this, right?
Yes, I guess I know this.
You're with the pirates.
Yes, I'm with the pirates.
They're out there somewhere, doing the same.
Well, all right. Carry on.
All right, now, let's go. I start pulling another wagon.
Sound like he was in pain.
The wagon's very heavy, so
I'm
he's
sad.
starts pulling this wagon full of sleeping people
Okay.
up a hill.
Still just kind of walking through the town.
Okay. Are you looking for anyone? Are you looking for
Just seeing if I can find anybody that's
Okay.
from the party.
as you
Okay, yeah,
do
separation
walking
anxiety.
around, you end up finding what looks like a shirtless Smallvross who's taken off the ripped up, tattered, and ragged, extremely expensive coat that he bought. He's just chucked it to the ground, by the way. And he is digging a hole in the street.
Small for us.
You notice that there's also 3 other humans that are also digging right beside him.
Guys, did you come to help me dig?
So you didn't come to the tower with me to dig a hole
It's for the war.
for the war.
Yes. I came up with the idea.
To dig holes.
Yes.
Okay. How deep of a hole?
Centaur deep.
So you're gonna dig a centaur deep hole
Yeah,
in hopes that they fall into it.
they will fall into it and be impaled. Then fall and throw rocks on them.
So, why don't you humor me? I see the hole.
Yeah.
I wanna like step around it. What's stopping the centaur from doing that?
Well, of course it will be covered.
With what? What is light enough to cover that up?
I don't know. We will build something, put dirt on top of it so it looks like it's normal. Centaurs will run in there, fall down, and they will die.
So what's
Or
stopping?
be injured, and then we will fight them.
So what's stopping our men from stepping on that and dying?
They won't fight there.
Okay.
The centaurs will come in such large amounts that they will hit all of the holes.
Well, if that is what you want to do, you know you're getting your really expensive coat dirty and torn.
But it still serves its purpose.
It's torn.
I will take it to the blacksmith then.
No.
He will use his magic, like my axe, and fix it.
Okay. Where's Jezebel at?
Getting cannons.
So she's on.
She's speaking to the human.
Which human?
The one.
Which
The
human?
one that is in charge of the city. Her ex-lover.
Darmir.
Yes.
Speaking Darmir.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Well, you keep digging your holes.
Are you not here to help?
No, I'm not here to dig holes.
Then what exactly will you... Wait. You still have the eggs.
What eggs?
The eggs. I had an idea that some of these holes...
I don't have eggs.
The eggs from the cave fishers.
I don't have eggs.
Ah, damn it. Oh, well. Well, if you see Jez, tell her the holes are coming along nicely.
Alright. I will tell her that you are digging a hole. And I'll walk away.
I'll continue to dig.
You eventually do come across Jezebel, and you actually you pass by Lavende as well. Lavende, how are you helping, by the way?
I don't know. Nobody.
Just helping them load the wagons, remember?
Yeah.
Are you just gonna load? You're just loading bodies.
Yeah. I'm just I'm just seeing what everybody else is doing that has already been
Yeah.
doing it, and I'm just kind of
Okay.
trying to mimic.
So you end up passing by Lavende, who's you see carrying bodies out.
So, Lavender, you're also helping with bringing the bodies to the manor.
And I'm gonna start like the body that I have. I'm gonna like try to put it into the cart as I'm talking. Yes, that I'm trying to get the people. That's what I'm doing.
It's kind of a really bad hiding spot.
That's not my idea.
I actually have a better spot if you want to hear my idea.
What is your idea?
There's a rather large sewer system underneath the city that's out of view and that you can't catch on fire. I could fit a lot of people in it.
Maybe you should talk to Daramir. He's somewhere around here, I think. I don't know exactly where he went.
Well, have you seen Jezebel? I
don't really. She's doing something with cannons.
Okay. Specifics. Where is she fondling cannons?
From our ship? I don't know.
I was just from the. I just came from our ship. She's not there.
I've just been loading bodies. Why are you yelling at me? I'm trying to help.
Alright.
It's like we said, I'm not permission to go through.
Okay. I will find Jezebel on my own then. You keep loading bodies and bringing
That's
them
what I'm doing.
to the manor. Okay. Just watch out for holes.
Yeah, Smallruss is digging the holes.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna walk away.
As you walk, you take off down the street again, making your way up. You start hearing the sound of people barking orders. You hear the familiar sound of Daramir. As you come around the corner, you realize that Daramir is now, he's down to just his trousers and boots. He's got his shirt off. He's completely covered in sweat. You see he's pulling what looks like a large tree trunk down the street and is handing it off to another individual who's then drawing it over towards one of the gate entrances. He's working his way back and forth.
Oh my god.
You walk over towards him?
He just catcalled him.
Catcalled him.
How dare you?
Daramir, as he approaches, he sees you. As he wipes the sweat from his brow. I haven't seen you all day.
Ah.
What have you been doing?
Well, I decided to take a stroll down Neve, do some shopping. It was a rather pleasant experience.
Wait, Neve? What are you talking about? How did you get to Neve?
Well, that's another story for another time. Well, I do want to borrow your rather handsome ear and let you know that your idea of stashing the unconscious bodies in the manor is a horrible idea.
It's the only place we have. I can't think of any other place to put them.
Well, you do have a rather large sewer system below this city, and
How will you get that many people down in the sewer?
well, I may know a way down there.
What? Where?
It's over in the shipyard.
You're right. Well, you're right. There is. That's the old abandoned throughway to the ocean. Yeah, we just have to bust up the metal grate, open that up, and we get people down. That's a good idea, Kaz. That's better than the manor. It's also out of sight.
Oh, yes.
All right, here, take this log. And he hands you over the log.
Okay.
Your arms drop down immediately.
He's frail, be careful.
Drag that over there, and I'm gonna go ahead and get people on that. Hey, listen up! Change your plans. Don't take them up to the manor. So bring unconscious people down to the shipyard. Let's move. Come on.
Okay. Well, yes. Oh, so heavy. Oh.
Give me an athletics check.
Okay. Athletics. 21.
It's a struggle, but you end up walking all the way over. The other individual grabs you the log and lifts it up and starts dragging it off towards the gate entrance. Is there anything anyone else wants to do?
Okay. Well, that was nice. I'm gonna walk away.
Okay. So, from this point, the days roll forward. You have all spent your last 2 days making sure that everything is getting prepared. And even now, still things are not yet done. However, Kaz's idea did take a little bit extra time to break up the gate. And eventually you all did get the unconscious and sleeping villagers down. And they are stacked in there. It's rather compact now. If there was to be any sort of catastrophe in there, there's definitely no way out. However, it is out of sight. And after everyone was put in there, the grate was put over, and there's villagers on watch making sure to keep an eye on the people that are now resting below. Barricades have been fashioned, and wooden spikes have been makeshift towards the front, as the digging of trenches has been an all-day effort by Smavros.
And Tempest.
Almost every villager that was capable of wielding a shovel that was awake has been out there helping to fortify the outside walls, making it as difficult as possible. Cannons from the shipyard from old decommissioned ships have been taken away and fashioned towards the front walls of south walls of the city. Finally, this day of work, rest, is interrupted though, as you all see what looks like a large trail of horses making their way over the southern end of the city. Doesn't take you all very long to realize they're not centaurs then. As they get closer, you realize that they are wearing the official colors of Aronia, Lockmore.
Oh boy.
At the front, you notice that Fentus Merryway himself.
Oh,
Yeah.
where's my axe?
Hey, don't warn them about the pit traps.
Very well played.
Currently, all of you outside of the walls are, or anyone who is outside the walls digging will be here for this. So who would be all outside digging?
Not digging them, making sticks.
I am not digging.
I think it was just smoke us.
I think the whole digging and stick piles go together.
So what would people not digging be doing then?
I'm gonna be attending to the cannon situation. Also, do I have actually, I'll say that. Inventory question.
I don't know what really to do. Just going to be kind of.
You can dig holes.
I don't really want to dig holes.
It's really fun.
You can turn a bear and dig holes.
I can't turn into a bear.
You can turn to a cat and dig holes. A dog. A wolf.
What's Lavende doing then?
I'm just walking around the city.
Excavator.
Just walking. That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
I am
Cass?
reading over that, is it Dunamancy?
Yeah.
I'm going to be reading over the Dunamancy book.
Okay.
You're all a bunch of nerds.
Faulkner? You're just still fashioning spikes then?
Yeah, spikes, putting them down the holes, making sure that there's plenty of them to go
Alright.
around.
The villagers are helping, but I'd say the majority of the villagers, including Darmy, are out in the fields right now digging the trenches.
Okay.
As heat metal, then you wouldn't be able to do it yourselves. You guys would have to have the blacksmith do that.
And he's busy. Do not bother him.
So I'm gonna visit the blacksmith, and
No,
he would have like
no,
an
no,
apprentice
no,
or
no,
something.
no.
So, yes,
Yeah,
you
that'd
visit
be
the
an easy enough
blacksmith.
job.
The blacksmith can fashion you some chain shots. He will have to do them after he makes the axe, though.
You may have like an apprentice or something. It's just
They're both working on that.
They're both
They're
working
both
on.
working on that.
All right.
So,
That's what you get.
but he informs you that he will be able to make quite a few of those within a day's time, even after
awesome.
the axe is done. Okay. As the militia approaches, see that Fentis Merryway. Small Ross, I guess you're the only one that sees it. You notice that Daramir working side by side with you.
Well, okay, never mind. Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Are you?
Oh God, what did you do?
All right. Daramir stops, puts the shovel in the ground. He ends up wiping his brow again. Oh, thank Lathander.
This might be trouble.
This is not trouble. This is our aid. They will be helping us. You notice that he climbs up out of the trench, makes his way over. Fentis, as he approaches, as he looks down and towards Daramir. Greetings. How are thee? Well, we've been better. I hope your ride was not a hassle for you. Not at all. Tell us, how can we help? As he looks over and glances, he immediately sees you. Smallvross! Hello! It is I, Fentis!
Oh no.
Ventus.
Play the long game.
Perhaps, now, Cog, you can stop bothering me about your praises of Grumsh. You notice that another horse kind of rides up. I do not like riding on horses. He gets off. You see this elderly full orc.
Yes.
As he stands off.
Yeah.
Gets off the horse.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Woo!
Calm down, Small Ross. You notice that this elderly orc has snow white hair. It's pulled back into multiple braids that run down his back. You can see that he's not wearing a shirt, but just has an armored battle kilt around his waist. You can see that he has many ritualistic scars across his chest, and you can see that he wields a single two-handed orcish warblade. You know what this is. This is known as an orcish blade master. They are rare amongst your people. They focus and prize themselves in the art of a single weapon, typically the two-handed orcish warsword. They are considered to be the most revered and honored battle masters of all of the tribes within Zakund. And it is a great respect and honor to fight alongside one.
Alright. Well, I'd pull myself out of the trench.
I do not like riding on horses. Now, where are the centaurs, so that I may taste their blood?
Calm down now, Cog. I'm sure that they will be here within a few days and your bloodlust will be sated.
Good. We have another strong, capable. Are you a orcish blade master?
And who are you? And what tribe do you hail from?
I'm Smallvross, son of Largok. I hail from the tribe of the Bear Mother.
I am Karg Broken Tusk. I am of tribe Red Scale.
Seeing from your scars, I can tell you are an orcish blade master. From a young pup, I have heard tales of the mighty battles.
You notice as you look at
Skill
him,
you have.
he only has one eye. His other eye, not even bothering to cover it, is a hollowed out socket. You know that blade masters will ritualistically remove one eye in honor of Grumsh.
And it will be your honor to fight alongside a blade master.
It is nice to see someone from the home country.
You know, notice he moves over, gets back up on the horse. Where do I take this beast? You notice that the other men start to move forward and Karg along with them. Behind them, you notice that there's looks like a group of soldiers. They're outfitted very differently. You can see that they have a very unique shaped helmet. Not something you're used to seeing. However, you fought in the arena, Etros.
Right.
It's very common for you to see the type of fighter that these individuals are. These are warriors from Broma. They have a legendary, almost mythical reputation behind them. Warriors bred for war. You've heard tales of them, but you've never seen them in battle. They are supposed to have a phalanx so powerful, nothing can penetrate it. Their unity in battle, their formations, are supposed to be undefeated.
They're human.
They are human.
And how many?
You only see 10 of them. All of them wielding what looks like deadly spears and a large circular shield. They stand in perfect formation.
Tempest be praised, we might have a chance.
Their helmets are fashioned, what looks like almost like a bladed mohawk. Runs from the nose of the helmet all the way up until it comes to a vicious point on the back of the helmet. You notice that their armor is very minuscule, a solid breastplate of metal. Their arms and their legs are exposed. They seem to be dressed for a more warmer climate, but they do have fur cloaks that are wrapped around their shoulders and hang down all the way to their back. You know that these are known as the Scolian Spearmen of Broma.
Ventus, how did you make connections with such powerful allies?
Oh! You are aware of the Scolian Spearmen. I'm impressed. But then again, their reputation does exceed them. I did not purchase them. These were a gift, and actually, rather stroke of luck for all of you, as they were in Lockmore at the time of the request for aid. You see, they had traveled all the way from Broma, for I am in currently, no brag here, but currently I'm speaking with the God Emperor of Broma, as he likes to call himself, obviously.
And I wouldn't know who that is.
You can go ahead and give me a knowledge history.
10.
You know that the individual's name is Baragula. The God Emperor, as he likes to call himself.
Not Ellis. I thought you said his name was Ellis.
What?
Sorry, I was filling in blanks in my head. My bad.
His nickname is Ellis.
Okay.
Only his close friends call him that.
Okay.
Well, excellent. The town is fortified. You may want to have your men watch for the holes. I dug them myself.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure that they will also be able to help and assist in all of this. As he looks at the trenches, you guys are behind. You guys split your work duties into different directions, and no one is helping you dig other than the villagers and Daramir. And you've got other people that are doing different duties, so you notice that Fentis immediately looks at him. Well, what are you all waiting for? We have a city to protect that's under our jurisdiction. Start digging. You notice that a lot of the men get off, and you notice the spearmen sort of walk up and look towards Fentis. We're here to fight. And I know you northerners can't hold your own against some horsemen. But I'm not digging a hole like a mole. That's fine. I wouldn't want Bragula to think that I had you come up here for Papa's work. Go into the city and do whatever you spearmen do then. You notice he looks back towards the rest of them and slams his spear down, and they start moving towards the city.
I hope their attitude is well.
As they get further away,
strong as-
oh, they are royal pricks. They have been just the worst the entire way up here. But I'm sure they should come in handy. They are born to kill, essentially, from birth.
As am I.
Great. Now, who's in charge? You notice that Daramir kind of goes, yeah, that's gonna be me. You. Is the mayor asleep? What about any of the families here? The nobility? Is there any royal families here?
Jez is here.
The only right now current noble that's within the city is Lady Savant, and she is in incarceration at the moment. Right.
What of her daughter, Jezebel? Tiefling, big horns.
He looks towards you.
Big bust.
And then towards Daramir. What was you say your name was? Daramir, Lord Regent. It's fine. You don't need to do the formalities. I'm not a big formal person. I heard that you said Jezebel. She's the daughter of noble Lady Savant. Jezebel Savant. Yes. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Well, currently, the city is under her jurisdiction, then. Until I take it over, then it will be under my jurisdiction. She can offer it over to me if she would like, or we can have a council meeting about it. Either way, I do not care, but I will go ahead and, as the regent of Venalia and the lord of Aronia, I would like to have Lady Savant sentenced to death, so we can just fix that up right there. I'm sure we have enough wood here already. We could get a pyre built. You'd like her to die by fire? Yes, death by fire. And you notice he turns and begins to trot away. Right, I'm gonna start grabbing wood to burn Jez's mom.
How do you suppose she will handle that?
I warned her about this yesterday, and she said she didn't care, so...
I think she's acting strong, but humans tend to feel much connection to their birthing parents.
I know there's a gap between us and where we were raised and from, but I think you understand more than you think.
Yeah.
It's good on you.
You connect with her from.
Yes, I care for her, but I think you also care for people too.
I'm not good at talking or connecting with them.
I think if you're going to call Jezebel out on her false callousness, I'm going to call you out on yours.
What do you mean?
Well,
did you call me a callous?
No, I didn't call you a callous. I'm saying that you pretend to be one.
What is a callous? I am an orc, and I am proud.
I know you are.
I was asking you to go talk to Jez because maybe you would be able to connect with
Hey, Small Ross.
Yeah.
I saw the way you looked at that cog.
Yeah.
Your eyes, they lit up like you saw a mythical hero.
Yes.
He barely even gave you 2 sentences. All he cared about was who you were and where you were from.
I know. You didn't need to say words.
But you would have liked it if he did, didn't it?
No, just being in his presence.
Wow, that's all it takes then, huh?
Yeah. Unless he considered me, if I could ever be an Orcish blade master, to be a companion. But I dream. My work is for Tempest.
God, you fascinate me. Alright, back to the gallery of wood.
Back to the hole digging.
Okay. Is there anything anyone else would like to do at the moment?
Just, I'm studying the Dunamancy book.
Okay. So, as night draws near, Jez, you're approached by Darmir. He's unarmored, just a sword at his side. And you have been dealing with the cannons all day. You've noticed that you've seen the extra soldiers arrive. You've also seen that the Aronia forces are here, as well as some other unusual ones. Hey, Jez.
Darmir?
Sure you've noticed all the commotion going around?
Yeah, I did. I noticed that Fentus and his men showed up.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Well, he was more interested in you.
Why me?
Basically, he says the city is under your name at the moment.
It's not.
Yeah, you're the only noble left in
I'm
the
not.
Why is that?
Do I look like a noble? I live on a ship, and I have for like the past 4 years.
Yeah, I know, Jez.
I left because I didn't want anything to do with that.
Maybe we can be a little bit more realistic right now.
What do you mean? I'm being realistic.
Fentus has asked me to, your mother's gonna be burned tonight. Death by fire. That's his sentencing.
He's the end-all, be-all?
He is currently the Lord of Aronia and the Regent to Venalia. So, if you have anything you want to say to her, you should probably go talk to her. Because they're going to do it at sundown.
Alright, well, thanks for the heads up, I guess.
And don't worry. All you gotta do is hand the city over to him and it'll be off your hands.
I don't think you want that.
At this point, all I care about is saving the people that are innocent here. And he's the only thing I have.
Well, if you care about the Satan, I suppose the best thing to do would be to hand it over to him. I've seen what happens when someone doesn't hand something over to him.
What do you mean?
That's talk for another time. It wasn't pretty, though.
So you have history with him?
Oh, yeah. Had to watch his little brats for a while.
Alright. I'm gonna go get ready for the execution. He goes, he turns and leaves.
Alright. I'm going to make my way to the cell that she's in.
Okay. You make your way to the barracks and head downstairs. You find that your mother is in a cell. Both of her hands have been put into metal clasps that prevent her fingers from doing any sort of somatic gestures. And you notice that around her mouth, you can see that there appears to be a contraption that has arcane runes on it. Seems to prevent any verbal incantations from leaving her mouth.
Other gods.
Yeah, there's two of them. You notice that they look fucking exhausted.
Right. I'm gonna point at both of them. You two. Out. 5 minutes.
Yes, fine. They grab their weapons and they head up the door.
Do they have like the keys hanging up anywhere or anything?
They have the keys on them.
On them?
Yeah.
I don't need to do that. Alright. I'm gonna walk up to the cell. She noticed me. She wait.
She stares at you as you approach.
It's a
Come
shame.
say goodbye.
Oh, she can talk. Do you happen to overhear what's gonna happen to you tonight?
The two men informed me.
And how does that make you feel?
Honestly, I'm glad.
You're glad?
You may burn me tonight. I may die, but then I will be with him again.
Oh god, I'm afraid to even ask this. Who exactly is him that you're referring to? Is the dreamer?
No. The sleeper.
The sleeper. Great.
The dreamer is just a fragment of his mind.
How long has this been going on? Exactly? This whole weird cult that you're in?
We are enlightened.
I don't want to hear the spiel, I just want to answer. Give me a number. Years.
Ever since you were born.
Alright. So tell me this.
You died when I gave birth to you. Never told you this, but you died when I gave birth to you. You're stillborn. And I wanted to keep you so badly that I made a prey. I prayed to everything. I prayed to Kelimvor. I prayed to every god of death. I prayed to the Raven Queen. I prayed to anyone that would bring you back to me. And no one answered. So I wept, and I cried, and they put you in the ground. And when I went to sleep that night, that's when the sleeper came to me and told me he could bring you back. Told me he would make everything okay again. I woke up that night. Even over the sound of the rain and the thunder crackling through the sky, I could hear you crying in your coffin beneath the dirt. I went out there and I dug through that ground until I found you. Opened it up, pulled you out. The sleeper brought you back. He's more part of you than you know.
Yeah, how am I supposed to believe anything you tell me?
Why would I lie? I'm about to be set ablaze.
Well, I think he might have lied to me about how Dad died, from what I'm gathering. So why don't you go and tell me what really happened with that?
Your little lover boy. He wants to take the sleeper's power for himself. He found you and used you to get close to us.
I don't believe that.
Believe what you want. It doesn't matter anyways. You satisfied?
So, Shiv did kill him? Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, he did. Stuck his sword right through your father's heart. And he didn't even blink.
It's not like he really cared though, right? He had somebody else tending to you. I'm gonna get up close to the bars. How close is she?
She's sitting in the center of the cell. You notice she gets up, she moves close, she gets to the bars, about this much distance between you and her. The chain around her waist prevents her from getting all the way towards you.
I'm gonna pull my dagger out. Listen, if you're gonna die tonight, it's not gonna be by the hands of fucking Fentis. You're my mother, the least I can do for you is just have you go quickly. Alright. Take it out and in the throat.
You put your hand out, put your blade over to her throat, and you, from ear to ear, you see her throat split open and blood rush down onto her chest. You watch as her eyes roll back and she clumps and hits the ground. You know within about 3 or 4 heartbeats that she is gone.
Alright. I'm just gonna look at her for a little bit, and I'll leave.
As you go back up, the other men are coming back down, and as they do, they immediately see her and go, "Holy shit!" And they run down, and as they see and look at her body crumpled and bleeding all over the floor, they know she's already dead. They look back towards you, and they don't even say anything. They just watch you leave. As you get to the top, Daramir's waiting. Judging from the sound of them, I'm assuming we're not having a fire tonight.
No, we're not.
You gonna be okay?
I've been fine so far.
Have you?
I'm functioning, aren't I?
God damn it.
Listen, if Fentis gets all up in a twist about this, tell him I'll be on my ship. And I leave.
I'll let him know that the prisoner's been executed. He turns and he leaves. Is anyone else gonna do anything for the night? Okay. The next day comes. This is the day before the supposed arrival of the centaurs. Smallvross, you know what this is? This means this is the third dawn.
Alright. Means I get my axe. I'm gonna wake up early. Run down to the blacksmith. As soon as dawn is. And bang on the door.
Okay. As you bang on the door, you notice that the door opens up. You see Agnar seems to be washing his hands, throws a towel, wiping it with a towel, throws it over his shoulder. You late?
It's the third dawn.
Yeah? She's been done for 6 hours. Surprised you couldn't feel her presence.
You didn't wake me.
She's in the back, ready for you.
Let me see her.
As he opens the door and lets you come in, you walk to the back, to where the forge is. You notice that Melvin has the axe laid out onto the anvil. As you walk in, the fires raging from it glisten off the black steel. You see that it is this glorious great axe. The axe itself actually has, it's very, very wide and thick at the top. It tapers and narrows all the way down to the shaft. Where the shaft is, there's a gap between the two blades. You can grab it from the center of it and actually use it as a shoving instrument. It's double-bladed. As you approach it, you can see that the blade gives off this almost just menacing malice to it.
Yeah. I feel it.
I hope you like it.
I'm gonna pick it up.
As you pick up the blade, Maga Camera.
Yes.
She fits. That's good.
Naga camera indeed.
It means by the stones. Maga Camera, by the stones.
Is that its name?
No.
By the stones.
Her name is Graveheart.
Graveheart. A fitting name.
There's the finest axe.
I'm gonna give it a good swing.
As you swing, you can feel the heft of it. The drop has this almost sickening sound as it slices through the air.
Oh, yes.
She is enchanted. I made sure of it.
Enchanted.
It needs to be attuned to you, though. Only one person. Only one wielder.
How does one attune?
You must taste your blood. Quick. Slice the hand.
Oh, just the hand.
As you slice across your hand, the axe splits into it. You see your palm split open and the blood splatter throughout the axe blade.
This might be a problem.
As
When I cut things, will it attune to my enemy?
No. It attunes to only one. The first blood it tastes.
Perfect.
As the blood sprays over the axe blade, you watch a red Dwemer flash over it as it attunes to your body. And as you grab it, there's a quick surgence of power and strength. Right now, currently in Raven's Grin, the temperature's getting cool.
Right.
It's getting cold. At night, you can definitely see your breath. However, the moment you just attune to that axe, you feel immediately acclimated to the weather.
Yeah.
Holding the axe just feels content. No.
Besides the peace, I only find in Tempest.
Go. Feed her.
Oh yes, she shall be christened. I thank you. I will throw her on the back, and I'll head out. A confident orc.
As you head out, you notice across the alley, you see Karg.
What you got there? She's called Graveheart.
Fancy names don't kill. Skill kills.
Oh, I've got skill.
He approaches you.
You an orc? Or are you human?
An orc, I'll be like, I'm orc.
He also starts speaking in orc at this moment.
A promise. An oath.
Yes.
I honor Grumsh tonight. I wish to be felled. If a centaur cannot, I want an orc to fell me.
That is what you wish. Hopefully we enjoy battle tonight. And then together.
Croc, Maw, Do. Croc, Maw, Do.
Croc, Maw, Do.
You know that this is a chant, it's a war chant amongst a lot of the orc tribes, specifically of Sagoon. It means cold steel, hot blood, death is in my hand. It's typically shouted before battles and usually within the height of a bloodlust. You notice that he turns, walks away.
I'll head back to the ship.
Okay. Now, does anyone want to do anything on the day before the last?
Have I made any leeway on...
You're reading through the book. The book is, it's very long, it's very monotonous, and there's a lot of very minute work in here. And there's a lot of sigil work and a lot of arcane tracings in here that you are not familiar with. It is very, even for a 101 book, this is advanced stuff. It may even be possible that you may need a mentor or someone that can at least point out the simple, finite things about this.
Okay. Well, I'll stop reading my book and I'll go out to the deck and see what's going on in the world.
Okay.
Okay. Is anyone out there?
Anyone on the deck?
Would I be...
You said you went back to the boat, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so you run into Smellbross.
Yes.
So,
I never got a chance to ask. How did your battle with the gnome go?
Well, he was gone, and I was able to visit a place I haven't been before. What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Geez, Smellbross, did you get a new axe?
I did get a new axe. Thank you for asking. Her name is Graveheart.
You've named your axe this time.
I did not name her. She was named when creation.
Your axe is female?
Yes.
Okay. Well, she looks rather sharp.
Oh, she is. And she shall bathe in the blood of centaurs.
Okay. Well, it's good to see that you have a new axe.
It's a great axe.
A new great axe. Try not to break this one.
I won't. This one was unbreakable.
Oh, okay. Well, good to see that you are full and whole again.
Yes.
Where's the
That's all
others at? Are they digging holes too?
I assume they are asleep. They tend to sleep. Sleep and read. That's all they do.
Okay.
I dig holes. I'm a man
So did you ever cover the holes?
Oh,
Did you cover the holes?
no, the men covered the holes.
With
I
what?
dug the holes. With, go look, some trappings of sticks. Put dirt over top of it.
Is there anything new that's happened?
The holes are done.
Okay. do you know? They're
There is still more work to do. You guys did not finish the trenches.
We did not finish.
No, I mean, this is going to be a close call. So working your ass off is going to be the only way all the prep will be done.
I suppose there is still some work to do with the trenches.
Trenches and barricades.
And barricades and...
So far, basically what you guys have managed to accomplish is you've made the pit traps at the entrances.
Yeah.
Those are done. Barricades were about halfway constructed. The trenches need to be longer, but you guys do have about half the trenches done outside too.
Right. Even with me?
You're one man. You're one orc.
I'm one orc.
Yeah, you're one half orc.
Yes, but I have Tempest.
Yes. You're one half orc, a bunch of villagers.
And Tempest.
And your love for Tempest.
Yes.
Okay. So you have a new axe and you've dug some holes.
Yes. And we need more trenches.
Well,
What if you came and helped?
I already kind of helped.
Books.
I've kind of already helped. You can say
Wait,
that.
How? How did you help?
I won't put out specifics, but we'll just say there won't be as many centaurs that come this way.
Did you cast a spell?
Kinda.
Can you kill the other half?
Unless they all took a really big drink of water.
Centaurs do drink water.
Okay. Well, maybe there won't be a whole lot of centaurs.
Right.
Okay.
But what of the trenches?
I am not gonna dig a hole. That is not.
Why
gonna
is
happen.
everyone so afraid of digging holes?
I am. You see, Small Ross, you are built for that kind of work. I
am built for battle.
You are.
Battle requires trenches.
Mhm.
So I do as I must.
Yes. And you, big, burly half-orc, you dig those holes and
How do you
will...
think I got so burly?
Oh, well, I have a thunder figure that I need to keep, and I am not digging a hole. Where's Jezebel at?
I do not know. I only know of the trenches.
It's literally already happened.
My lights in my quarters would be on.
Can we see your quarters from where we're at?
Yeah, you guys can see the captain's quarters.
Hark, her lights are on.
Okay.
Perfect.
Well, you go dig holes. I'm gonna go talk to Jezebel.
See if she'll dig holes.
Yeah.
We need as much help.
Uh-huh.
You really do. No one wants to do it.
Nobody wants to do anything. I'm Small Ross, the man of action.
Orc of action.
Orc of action!
Who's make that a shirt? Orc of action.
We'll put man and then cross it off and put work above it.
I'm going to go to Jezebel's.
I'm gonna go
Right,
to the trenches.
You knock on the captain's quarters.
I'd be sitting at a table cleaning my dagger. Come in.
Hello? Oh, Captain, my captain.
Kaz, my Kaz.
Your Kaz. Well, how goes it? Any news?
Nope.
Okay, then nothing happened in the past 2 days.
Nope.
Don't make me talk to people.
Listen. We have our strategy or whatever semblance of a strategy that we can come up with, and we're just gonna pray to whatever god you believe in tomorrow and hope that we don't all die.
So is the strategy you all came up with was have Small Ross dig holes?
Yeah. No, not just that though. Not just that. Give us more credit. Small Ross dig holes, and Falno put spikes in the holes.
Oh, so small. Okay.
And in Lavender also, he was doing a bit with putting bodies somewhere. My parents.
Okay, so I made adjustments to that plan just a little bit. So our plan, as of right now, is Small Ross digs holes, Falner puts sticks in them.
Yeah, and then me and Jethro are gonna flank.
Flanking. With ships?
Yeah, cannons. Cannon
Oh,
fire.
okay. So I like that part.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the part I like too. I like
So-
making things explode.
I may have convinced someone to go and poison the centaurs, so there'll be less centaurs.
Amazing. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Yeah. It's a whole entire ordeal. My grandma's evil, and I might be a dragon. So
Oh, families. What, did you say you might be a dragon?
it's a whole thing.
Wait, what the fuck happened to you today? What the fuck have you been up to?
It's been a rather interesting couple days for me, so I decided to unwind and de-stress and read a book. So after we take care of the centaurs, I might have to deal something with an evil grandmother and dragons. So there's that.
Alright.
Oh, and there's a portal Neve in that tower. Great place. Would recommend.
I hate this place.
We could just go right now, Jezebel, you and I. They wouldn't even know anything. They just... It's pretty
But think
fantastic.
of the dogs.
You say the word, we're just...
Yeah,
And leave.
it's really tempting. It really is. I'm really thinking about it right now, but I can't abandon Jethro.
Who's Jeffro? Wait, what? Who's that?
No, the tiger guy, the other pirate here.
There's another
The
pirate
only other
here?
pirate here.
Oh.
Haven't
Well,
seen him walking around? Sometimes he's a tiger.
You've been literally every single time he's been around. You were
Dreadlocks, lots of gold in his
either,
face.
you do know who he is. In fact, Jethro has got a pretty big reputation. He's known as the Tiger of Sitaria.
I
I'm
see.
surprised you haven't tried sleeping with him yet, actually. He's very handsome.
Oh, well... he's a captain on the list, so...
Oh.
I can strike one out right now if we have time.
You know, cards out on the table. I'm not in the mood. I killed my mom tonight.
Oh,
I'm just gonna throw that out there. I gotta
That-
tell someone.
is a
Everyone's
mood
gonna know in the
killer.
morning anyway.
Whew. Well, definitely tops my crazy grandmother and dragon story. So,
Yeah, so she's.
how'd you do that?
Well, Fenthus is here. I don't know if you noticed.
Okay.
So he wants me to hand the city over to him, and he also wanted to burn my mom at the stake tonight. So I just went and just gave her a quick death, like any good daughter would do.
So generally, when someone asks, "Has anything happened the past couple of days?" you would lead with that.
Normally, I don't open up to people, but you know, you told me you were almost a dragon, so I feel like that established some trust.
It's all right. So, you've killed your mother.
Yeah.
All right. Fenthus is in town,
Yeah.
so
He's in town. He brought an army.
I'm surprised Samavros isn't marching off to decapitate him with his new axe.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
Oh, where's my
Maybe we should worry about that.
Yes. Well, okay. We have a big day ahead of us tomorrow. I'm probably going to die.
Probably.
Do not forget, like I said, we have a portal to leave. Just something sail sideways. We just abandoned this all. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is a good talk, but I don't.
I'm just gonna clean this up. It's her blood. Gotta get that off there. I'm gonna go to bed. That's my night.
Okay. Well, you have a nice night, Captain, and I will make sure that everybody is off doing their duties, getting ready to die tomorrow.
So, as you all go through the rest of this day, this is the last day before tomorrow. Battle is supposed to take place. Trenches, everyone that is willing goes out, begins to dig trenches. Cannons have all been excavated from the shipyard. Jezebel, the chain shots have been made. A big surplus of them were manufactured after the axe. Basically, Agnar and Melvin worked on them all day today. Barricades are fortified to the best of their ability. and sun has gone down. Night is upon us. The cold air is intensified by the start of rain. And as rain begins to pour down, you guys look out towards the ocean and see this waves crashing as the wind picks up. And that's when you guys hear the sound of thunder. Get a perception check from everyone.
17.
21.
21.
22.
9.
Iconic.
22? Okay. Anyone get anything over 22? Anyone get 18 or up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't. But you know what I mean.
So, as everyone starts to hear the thunder, Small Bros, you are still out in the trenches, still getting ready. In fact, actually, you had just pulled yourself out of the trenches as you looked over towards Karg, who Karg has also been down there digging trenches as well. As you get out of the trench, you hear the sound of thunder crushing down as the rain begins to pour, as you see your trenches beginning to fill up with water. Do you say that, or do you just...
No, I don't say that. I think it, though. I look around. What's everyone else doing?
You notice that Karg is looking off into the distance, and you hear this rolling thunder.
Oh, it's not actual thunder.
And as you look towards the sky, you don't see any lightning. And that's when Karg goes, "It's not thunder."
Hold on, why are they transisting that up?
And
There's rain.
There's rain.
It is raining.
Yes.
But no thunder.
That happens, yeah. That's a thing sometimes.
Alright, so...
And as he pulls his sword from his back,
I pull my axe. Whoosh.
he points towards the hill to the south. And you see a black mass roll over as you see the illumination of flaming torches riding over and coming towards the city as the Centaur warband approaches. And that's where we're going to end tonight. So, next game is going to be a little more intense. I didn't think you guys were going to take that much time prepping, so good job, though. Or I should say, I didn't think Kaz was going to take so much time prepping with in Neve.
No one prepped!
Yes,
Excuse me. I have a metric fuck ton of chain shots now, okay? That's all we need.
Yeah, you
baby.
distracted my...
That's all we need.
You distracted my
So
blacksmith!
now I get to deal with my players arguing for a week about what they could have done instead of...
I made all the sticks for your holes.
And then what
so
you
many
do?
sticks, dude.
gonna shove so
as
many
many
sticks in
holes
your
as you
hole.
made, I made sticks for us.
So,
Yeah, and then
everyone, thank you all for coming. It's been fun, and we'll be back tomorrow.
Level up for digging?
We'll be back tomorrow for... actually, yeah, you guys all do go up one level.
Oh, shit!
11.
Oh,
So you
shit!
guys, you should be all level 8, I believe?
It's a rat!
Yes. So, you guys will all be level 8, and make sure you guys have that ready for next week.
Put in your calendars.
Yes.
You're level 8 now.
But, yeah, so remember, everyone, tomorrow we got Chicago by Night, and I believe it's episode 14?
14.
14. So, remember, best time to tell stories is whenever it's near dark.
NearDark, man. He said NearDark.